Let's get this thing going.
Welcome to the fastest 2 hours in radio.
Rules in action. It's up to each one of us to know the rules and follow them. Follow.
All systems go.
The Morning Edge.
With Fox 2's Vic Faust, Chris Knight, Angela Sharp, and Eric Johnson.
The Morning Edge starts now.
Hey guys, welcome to the show. Happy Monday, February 21st. You're listening to The Edge. Chris Knight's here. Angela Sharp, I'm Vic Faust of Fox 2. Thanks for kicking it off with us on a holiday. Happy President's Day. What a beautiful day, too. 64 to 68 today.
I'm so excited.
Love it.
I know. Yesterday was so nice. Oh, we love the seasons. Chris, when you want to know why you're here all the time and not in Florida, it's because you enjoy the seasons.
That's right.
See, if you know you're going to get 68 and sunny every day in Florida, you know, there's no fun with that, right?
No fun. No fun.
No fun whatsoever. Anyway, appreciate everybody jumping in this morning. 8:01 is the time. Do people now, most people, you know, are they working today, Angela?
I feel like most people
Everybody
are working.
I know is
yes.
working.
Most people are working. I think if you work in like a government position, you're not working.
Kids aren't in school.
Kids aren't in school, so like no post mail delivery, no schools are open, and no government jobs like city or state government jobs.
Are you a NASCAR fan?
I used to be a very big NASCAR fan.
probably
and then
didn't
they
watch the Daytona 500,
They changed the
did you?
rules, and so I did not watch the Daytona 500. However, because I used to be such a fan, I had a bunch of people text me about it. So, like all day long.
Really? Oh, the Daytona
Yeah,
500's
they're like, hey,
on.
I know you're watching, da-da-da-da. And I'm like, I'm okay, cool.
Chris, you don't watch Daytona 500, do you?
No, I watched my pillow.
Okay, you watch your pillow. There you go. That's right.
It was a Sunday. He was relaxing.
right.
He was
It was.
relaxing on a Sunday.
Oh, I get it. I'm having to get used to. I know people deal with this, but my 8th grade boy, he's had a girlfriend for like 2 years.
Ooh, 8th grade girlfriend.
Yeah, but when he was first asked, and his mom had asked him, "Well, why do you?" And it's very low key, and you know,
I mean,
go
it's
to
8th
movies,
grade, yeah.
Go to movies.
Mommy and
with her
daddy still
family.
drive you.
Yes,
Right.
and you hang out, and people come over. It's just been weird seeing it. And then they got together, some kids yesterday, and gave like Valentine's Day gifts to each other because they hadn't seen it. It's just weird. It was on my mind going, but he did it for the right. He's a sweet kid. He was asked, well, why do you like her? Why do you call her your girlfriend? He's like, because she's really, really kind to me.
Oh, that's
how
cute.
sweet.
Yeah, so it's just been, it was because my middle child boy didn't really have a boyfriend or a girlfriend until like 6 months ago, and he's a junior.
I never told my parents about a boyfriend, ever. I mean, up until like a couple years ago, and then that didn't
until a
work
couple
out.
years
So
ago.
like screw that, right? I don't like people knowing my business.
I know. So I was driving him around a little bit with that. It was just funny.
Where'd you take
he's
him?
To a house for a house party.
Oh, a house party. What did he
parents-
give the little girl?
It was like this stuffed animal, candy, a card.
All the
in
things
a
girls
bag.
want.
Yeah.
I want a
But-
candy and a card and a stuffed animal.
So anyway, that was the Valentine's Day holiday, which was last week. And then now we've got President's Day. And among Americans who'd want to be president, 63% say their performance would be much better than the average president.
Of course they do, because they're not in there.
Only 7% say that they would perform worse.
Yeah, I'm going to put myself in that category. I don't know what I'm doing as a president.
In a new poll, 48% of men said they'd be interested in being president. You may laugh at this.
Okay.
31% of women said they would.
That fits. I feel like that fits.
And the people who said that are very confident in their abilities.
Yeah, no.
63% of them say their performance would be much better than the average U.S. president throughout history.
What is the average president?
I don't. That's a great question. I don't know.
Just good, but we've been talking about the most recent president and the one before, but I don't know what the average president.
I know. I
deal
don't
is.
know. That's I'm with you. I get it. We still sent on the brink of an invasion, war. We'll see what Russia's going to do with Ukraine. The whole situation to me seems it hasn't happened yet. It seems like Putin has just been playing. Putin, the Russian president, has been playing the world because he's just sitting there. He could invade at any moment if he wants.
I think it's a no-win situation
and it's
for Joe
crazy.
Biden.
Well, I
He's
thought
damned if
you know what? That'd be interesting. Let's hear your take on this.
I just think it's a no-win situation for him because if he does not go into Ukraine, Biden has already came out and said Putin's going into Ukraine. So he's screwed there. It's like Russia, Vladimir Putin is playing Joe Biden like a fiddle. On either side.
Yeah, so what's Biden supposed to do?
Not put himself in them positions.
I know, but he's in the position.
It's a tough one.
It's the biggest story anywhere
It's a
across
tough
the world right now.
It really is. It's tough because Joe Biden has put himself
Because
well,
there's
his
there's really no COVID to talk about.
No.
There just isn't. Thank you, God. Sweet baby Jesus, thank you so much. We don't have to talk about COVID because COVID has pretty much disappeared, despite the Queen of England getting it. Oh, my God. She's human. It's going to happen sometimes. But the Russia-Ukraine situation has been crazy. But here's the thing, Chris, you bring up. Vice President Harris.
She's a mess, too.
I feel bad. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean.
Did you see what she did over the weekend?
She's all, which part? Because she's all over the place.
She made a complete fool of herself. Total mishap on the air while they were doing the overseas interview.
Which part?
It was Saturday. I'll have to go back and look at it. I was watching it last night. It was just
well, what I was bringing up in regards to Russia, she now said something that's the opposite of what she already said. She said on Sunday that she believes sanctions on Russia would stop Putin, despite her and President Biden saying that he already made up his mind and is going to invade. Biden said that on Friday. He's going to invade. Okay. Then,
he said that all last week.
Then Kamala Harris comes out and says, well, sanctions will stop after she had already said that they would invade. So it's so difficult to keep up with what the message is and what they're doing. I thought this works out well for Biden because if they don't invade, then Biden looks like a hero.
I don't think so. I disagree.
Why?
He's told America that Russia's going to Ukraine. Get ready. Brace for it. Brace for higher gas prices. $4.50, $5 a gallon.
Yeah, this is how it affects us back home here too. It's the markets, the gas prices, and the possible brink of some sort of international war.
So now all eyes are on Russia. So that's why I think it's a double-edged sword for President Joe Biden. He's damned if Russia goes in, and he's damned if Russia doesn't go in. Because if Russia does go in, then Biden didn't do enough to make Vladimir Putin change his mind. If they don't go in, then it makes Joe Biden look like, well, he didn't know what the hell he's been talking about for the past week or two. Because he's telling everybody in the world Putin's going into Ukraine.
And it's going to be crazy, whatever happens. And it's stealing the headlines. Have you noticed, Angela, any of your prices on products that are
I've
going?
noticed
I
the
talked about
prices
something.
on everything going up all the time. Normally I buy, I'm not kidding, guys, a pack of chicken, some asparagus, and carrots, right? And that runs around $30. Asparagus, chicken, carrots. That's what I purchased at the store.
I'm an asparagus fan, too. This side of the room is asparagus.
Yeah. I don't know what's wrong with you guys about not liking it.
And if
Not
Eric,
you guys. I actually had asparagus
Oh,
a week ago.
And did you
And it
enjoy
was like
it?
the best thing I ever
See?
had. It was like crispy on top.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
I like it with butter and garlic.
Yes.
I feel like if you know what you're doing, it's pretty decent. And it's normally like $30, right? A week or whatever. And this last time, I think it was 47.
Ranchers
I just
are going
got the
bankrupt,
same
too.
thing.
Yeah, the ranchers are going bankrupt as well. It's not a good situation either. A lot of stuff with that. I just didn't know if you had noticed that
Yes,
yet.
I have. It annoys me.
The first thing that really hit me was the shaving cream being double the price that I talked about.
Yeah, we remember that.
And I do see it with steaks
Yeah,
do see that.
all meat is stupid high.
And it's not getting any better. From the Facebook line, Cindy loves asparagus.
Yay!
Where is asparagus boy? Eric will be here at some point in time. Joe's like, price is out of control on everything. Robert Peterball, he's right. Russia doesn't go in, then Biden says he negotiated it. This is what I said last week, Chris. I said this is all seems like a setup, and I got laughed at by one person because if you're going to invade something or a country, you don't go, hey, I'm going to invade it on this Wednesday. It's like, what?
Right.
And
Right.
when I first heard that last week, I went, oh, my God, this is a setup. People are in cahoots. This is a negotiation where something's going to happen. Russia's going to get something. Biden's going to say, I stopped it when it was never going to happen in the first place. But you said, because last week you said, Vic, no, they're going to invade.
Because of what you just said. Why? I don't understand how Joe Biden can come out and tell the world they're going in. They're going in. You need to brace for it. They closed our embassy in Ukraine, pulled everybody out, did these sanctions, or talking about doing
Yeah, I know.
these
Drew
sanctions.
Drew said you're wrong again, Vic. He is going in.
I don't know at this point. And I don't think anybody else does, including Joe Biden.
I know. It just seemed like if I had to guess, I'd say no, even though it seems like 99% sure they are. It just seems like it was so coordinated because everything.
Sure does.
It almost seems to me like Russia and America are working in lockstep on how they're going to handle it. It's so weird, but these are the kind of things that can happen. Kamala Harris just rambles. Kamala made absolutely no sense when she was talking. This coming from the Facebook line. Asparagus boy. That's funny. That's really funny. So, welcome to the show, guys. Monday through Friday, 8 to 10 a.m. It's The Edge. Fastest 2 hours of morning talk radio. Get you up and running on a holiday. Hopefully, if you're not working, you can get out and enjoy the day. It's going to be awesome. Towards the end of the week, it's going to get nasty again. It'll be round 3 in the last 3.5 to 4 weeks.
Are we done with it yet?
No, we get some snow, maybe some accumulation by the end of the week, 1-2 inches, but it's going to get nasty. We're supposed to get some rain tonight as well. So we'll see. Drew says, Vic, you don't put 200,000 troops out and not invade. I know. I agree. It wouldn't make sense not to unless you have something coordinated under the table and then they walk away, they get something that nobody knows about, and then Biden goes, oh, well, I stopped it. Because right now, Joe Biden is currently leading what many people feel is the worst presidency in the history of the United States, because of his ratings. He has the lowest ratings of anybody ever. Any president ever.
Ever?
Ever.
Huh.
Ever. The lowest ever. So, if you're the United States, how are we going to help this guy?
I don't know.
I'm just saying. What's interesting here, and this is Colonel Joe Adams. By the way, Rocky IV was on last night. The Burmese uprising one. The reason I bring that up is because that was the movie that was loosely based on Joe Adams' life.
Oh, okay.
But just not everything. I mean, if you watch the movie, there were excerpts from it, as Joe had told us as well. And I just thought about Joe. But Joe, when Colonel Joe Adams was on the show and has a significant experience in Eastern Europe as well, he told us that people in Ukraine, he's like 50% care and 50% don't. He's like, it's not like they're like, oh my God, they're coming. It's like some people are like, hey, great. Some people are like, oh, that's bad. And then you have some people in Europe, and I heard this too, as Robert Peterball reminds us this morning, people in Ukraine are fleeing to Russia. That's why I'm saying this whole thing seems like a farce. It seems like a fabricated production to get something or to make somebody look good or to get money, or it just doesn't. It's not adding up.
You think it's the shell game where they make you look over here while they move the stuff around over on this other side?
You saw? Have you ever not won the shell game?
Not won the shell game?
Chris, you know what the shell game is, right? Yeah. I think they need to make it more difficult. At the Blues game.
Oh, you're talking about the Blues.
At the baseball
I was
game.
talking about when you're on the streets in New York and they're like, I got something
Yeah,
over here.
no, that's what they
Like
do.
the shiny carrot. Look over here.
That's the
The
shell
blues
game.
one isn't real. I mean, it wasn't real when I was there.
No, but
for
it's on a
11 years.
computer.
But it wasn't real when I was there
What
for
do you mean?
11 years. Like, you didn't necessarily, when you followed it, you weren't necessarily winning. It was just, when I did it for the first 9 of my years, I think, it was just one from where I started. So if it started in 1, it ended in 2. If it started in 2, it ended in 3.
Oh, you already knew the algorithm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's awesome.
And everybody did, because we would be in the stands and I'd be like, okay, it starts at number 1. And the whole crowd would be like, it's 2. So then they finally changed it, but they changed it in a weird cut. So even if you followed it, you weren't following it because they didn't. Maybe they fixed it.
You
since
already
then. I
knew
haven't
the
been there
you
in
already
2
knew what the
years,
outcome was going to be
Yeah.
because they do it at the Cardinals games as well.
Yes, that
With
one's
the
a little
hats.
harder. The ambush one is stupid hard. But we don't do the thing where you look over here while we do it.
Yeah.
No, the guy on the New York streets, he's like, hey, look at my shiny arm while I'm doing this over here.
So it could be that. The other thing that's interesting about Ukraine, as we were talking about it, look up Ukraine because Robert's also right. It is the breadbasket of Europe. There are so many economic treasures.
Yes.
Ukraine is it's like the number one spot, that area, that country, that part of the world for like 15 different things. So it would make sense to invade and take over the resources that are there. But why hasn't he yet? Why do you just have troops sitting there for 2 weeks? We're going to do it at this time, at this day.
It's a good question.
Drew's all into it. They don't want them to join NATO. That's true. It's another part. But anyway, it's the big news that's going on not only for our area, around the country. The Olympics ended.
Woohoo!
What a disaster. I mean, I feel bad. These men and women work their tails off to do their best, but it's the lowest Olympic finish, Winter Olympic finish, that I think we've ever had, ever.
I was excited to hear that it ended.
Me too. People's lives have been preempted for 2 years.
What do you mean?
I mean, just everybody's lives have changed. I mean, a mask mandate, businesses closing. I mean, there's no reason that the Olympics should have taken place this year, in my personal opinion.
Oh,
I don't think so.
okay.
I don't think so.
I thought you were going to say they should have been forced to wear masks in China.
No, absolutely not.
Because the
Who cares about the
families couldn't go there.
Who cares about
you
the
still had all the social injustices that are going on in the country, and then Americans. Bill Maher,
Our own
we'll
sports
get into that.
have been affected
Yeah.
right here in this country.
Bill Maher ripped into everybody who's been siding with China too over the weekend. We'll get into what Bill Maher said too, and I was glad that he ripped the family of 18-year-old Eileen Gu, who went out and won 2 golds and a silver for
Eileen
China.
who?
Eileen Gu. That's
Go.
who.
Go.
You Gu. Just in regards to how sad it is, he ripped the NBA, LeBron James, everybody, John Cena. I mean, what a coward Cena is.
Yeah.
He acts like a tough guy on TV.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, I'm sorry that I called Taiwan a country. Please accept my apology. And he tried to China because it's all about money, because they want that $1 billion industry in China. So it's like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for being American. I'm sorry to offend you. It's like, come on, Cena. It's like, what a coward. The guy's a coward. Cena's a coward. This isn't politics of the United States. This is another communist country with all kinds of horrible social rights issues, human rights issues, and we're like kowtowing to them. So anyway, Bill says, who is LeBron? The United States, yeah, they finished 5th in overall medals. I mean, bad.
I was just happy to hear it was over, so maybe we don't have to talk about it
And
for a
why
couple
we-
of years.
I know, I'm with
But
you.
we really didn't talk about it that much on the show.
No.
We didn't talk about it at all. Maybe you were hearing it from a lot of other places, but it's
I guess the real question is, how much of the Olympics did you watch?
not much at all because of the timing.
Ask me.
How
ask
about
me.
you, Angela?
I watched one figure skating competition, and that was it.
I stayed up late
I
one night
watched-
and watched.
0.
Yeah, I watched the men that night where I stayed up late and watched them get beat in a shootout in overtime and went, okay, Typical American hockey. We can't play hockey in the United States against the world, and when it comes to the Olympics, so I'm out.
But you were very passionately mad about that game, though.
Yes, especially because when you invest and you get upset. But it just reminded me, it's like we don't do hockey in the United States very well. So let's stick to our sports. And what were they? I said football, basketball,
I think you added
baseball,
bowling,
and
too.
bowling.
Can't forget about my bowl.
We'll stick to our American traditions and be very, very, very happy. Robert said he watched 0 Olympics. Patterson says it was the least watched games in recent memory. It was the lowest rated Olympics ever.
Well, maybe they'll stop
in the United States.
stuffing them down my throat then.
But what do you mean stuffing them?
I feel like there was a lot of Olympic coverage that I didn't need in my world. And I feel like if they would have just given me maybe the top stuff, then maybe that would be interesting. But to have it on, 24/7 is just a lot.
Well, they didn't really have it on 24/7. Maybe if you like tuned in, they had it on. They didn't have, but they did. Actually, I think they had less coverage than they did in the last Olympics. But when you pay for it, that's what you put on. But I can tell you this though, locally, even though it was the least watched Olympics of all time, it was still the #1 rated thing on TV for 2 weeks in St. Louis.
Jeez, are you kidding me?
No, I'm just telling. It's just because you're not into sports or the Olympics doesn't mean people get into it.
I'm
but
shocked.
How much does that really mean, though?
But
I mean,
it was
come on,
still-
St. Louis had more viewership than L.A. for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but that was a whole different situation regarding
It's still
LA's interest
viewership,
in
though. It's sports.
LA's lack of interest with their football team.
Sports is different than the Olympics in my world. The Olympics is just kind of some sort of show we put on, like do.
No, it's sports. That's hardcore sports. People compete their whole life
I know
for a moment.
you and I talked about how we disagree on the Olympics being a big deal. I mean, like,
I'm with
cool
you,
for those
Angela.
people that they want to compete in that. However, it's not. I don't care if the USA wins all the gold or none of the gold. I don't.
I'm with you.
I don't care.
Me neither.
But it's a sports competition.
So Super
That's
Bowl.
yeah.
So the Stanley Cup.
Bingo. Robert says must be the bars
But
and restaurants.
bobsledding.
I'm not sitting around to watch
I
bobsledding.
don't care who wins bobsledding, man. I
But
don't care.
But the Olympics are why we have sports in general. It's everything started with the first games. It's the competition, the athletic competition. But anyway, that's that. Daytona 500 was huge this year, right,
Yes,
Bill?
it was.
We'll get into that as well. Angela's going to talk all about it in her sports update because it was the biggest sporting event going
Angela
on
hasn't
yesterday.
even figured out what's going to be on sports yet.
We need to make sure we talk about that wreck for the Infinity Series that took place Saturday night.
Which one? I got to see that. Which one was that again?
You got to watch it.
Because I was watching the wrecks yesterday at Daytona.
That young man is lucky to be here today. Basically escaped with no injuries. When the car went airborne, it struck a guardrail, a post, and it ripped the front and the back of the car off and exploded, basically. Crazy video.
Yeah, we'll check that out, too. We're just getting started. It is the Morning Edge. Chris Knight's here. Angela Sharp. I'm Vic Faust of Fox 2. Eric will be here at some point, I think.
Maybe, maybe not.
He's
Maybe
a
he-
little hungover.
Maybe he thought today was we were off.
He might have. He might have thought it was President's Day. We took a day.
Or he decided to take off. Anyway, we're just getting started. If you want to give us a call or Angela a call, the phone number 636-695-2915. You can catch us on The Edge, The Morning Edge, on Facebook at 100.7 The Viper. Share the show in our app, ViperRocks.com, ViperRocks.com. Back with more right after this.
Edge Morning Traffic. Happy Monday from the Viper Traffic Center. A quiet morning out there on the roads this President's Day. No delays on Highway 61 traveling through Winsville. Highway 79 drivers on the move from Old Monroe headed south through O'Fallon. And both I-70 and I-64 drivers dealing with light volume out there from Lake St. Louis headed east all the way into St. Louis County. Watch for emergency vehicle 64 eastbound past Research Park Drive, and police on the scene of a minor incident 44 eastbound on the ramp from 3rd Street. Light volume on the 270, 255 loop, and then no slowdowns getting into downtown on 70, 64, 40, 55, or 44. At Fox 2's Molly Rose, that's your Edge Morning Traffic.
Grab your coffee. The Morning Edge will be right back on 100.7 The Viper.
Cutting the price of your wireless bill feels good. Really good. So good, you gotta try it. With Straight Talk, you can get our Silver Unlimited plan for just $45 a month. Now with unlimited high-speed data, plus 5 gigabytes hotspot data, and no contract, with nationwide 5G on America's best networks. Why pay a whole lot for your data when you can get unlimited for a whole lot less? Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com.
People's Bank and Trust is helping you get a grip on your finances with our new mobile banking service. You can now manage your accounts, check balances, transfer funds, and pay bills all from the palm of your hand. Visit us online at www.pbtc.net for more information and to start using mobile banking. People's Bank and Trust, hometown banking the way it should be. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You work from home, and now home can be anywhere you want with an RV from Bill Thomas Camper Sales. RV travel is the ultimate social distancing for your family, and you know what you have with you and where it's been. For 55 years locally, family-owned, Bill Thomas Camper Sales has had the highest quality for every budget, and they have guidelines in place for your safe shopping experience. Travel in comfort and safety with a visit to Bill Thomas Camper Sales in Wentzville. For details, hours, and directions, go to btcamper.com.
Travers Automotive and RV grand opening in Wentzville across the highway from the GM plant is happening right now. We have a selection of over 1,000 new late model cars and trucks with new vehicles arriving daily. Shop from all makes, all models with financing for everyone. Looking for an RV? We also have over 200 travel trailers, fifth wheels, and motorhomes from Mesa Ridge, Open Range, KZ, Winnebago, Dutchman, and a great selection of used RVs. Whether you're looking for a car, truck, or RV, make Travers Automotive RV your one-stop destination. Located off Highway 70 at the Highway A exit.
Hey, it's Shanny from Mascots Bar and Grill, and I'll tell you what, if you're looking for a place to watch the game with friends, Cardinals, Blues, whatever, it's Mascots Bar and Grill. If you're looking for a place for happy hour, it's Mascots Bar and Grill. Heck, grab some friends, get a table, and play rock and roll bingo every night and twice on Saturdays at Mascots Bar and Grill. You can win some great prizes. Seriously, great prizes at Mascots for playing rock and roll bingo. And it's absolutely free to play. Wednesday night is ladies' night, and you won't believe the specials they have going on there. Come by for lunch. They're the home of the legendary lunch special. You go tell them you're FOS, you're a friend of Shanny's, and you want that big old burger and fries for just $5, and they're going to give it to you fresh and hot, just the way you ordered it, and it's so delicious, and you don't have to do the dishes. If you go once, you will go again and again. Mascots Bar and Grill, home of the legendary lunch special.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Susan, it's so great to finally be able to get together again.
Oh, it sure is. And I really appreciate you picking up the bill.
I'm happy to. I've got the extra cash. Since we've all been driving so much more again, I've been using Get Upside, the free gas app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Get Upside app?
Yes, up to 25 cents a gallon. Cash back every time I buy gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
Some months I make $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Get Upside app now.
Download the free Get Upside app now in the App Store or Google Play to save up to 25 cents a gallon when you buy gas. Use promo code FALL for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's up to 50 cents a gallon on your next fill-up. You can cash out anytime to PayPal or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Get Upside app and use promo code FALL for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FALL.
Weber Chevrolet has been in business since 1902. No other car dealer in St. Louis of any brand can say that. Nobody sells more Chevrolet, period. Weber Chevrolet is one dealer with 3 roofs. In Missouri at Olive and 270, and in Illinois Metro East, Columbia, and Granite City. All easy to get to, just follow the 270 loop. Also, all online accessible at WeberChevrolet.com. Right now, Weber Chevrolet is open but very thorough in their cleaning, disinfecting, and social distancing rules. And don't forget, Weber Chevrolet service departments are award-winning and second to none. In fact, other dealers send their problems to Weber Chevy to fix. Now during this crisis, Weber Chevrolet has teamed up with Detroit to come up with awesome deals to help people save money and manage their budget. Discounts, incentives, and the ability to not make your payment for up to 4 months. Weber Chevrolet since 1902, WeberChevrolet.com.
Now, back to the Edge Morning Show.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. It is The Edge. It's a Monday. Happy President's Day. Eric Johnson's here. Chris Knight, Angela Sharp. I'm Big Faust to Fox 2. Thanks for kicking it off with us. 8:31's our time. February 21st is going to be a beautiful day. Get outside and enjoy it, because at the end of the week, it's not going to be so good.
I mean, I'll take the good day now, though, I guess.
I think we got rain maybe coming tonight. Yes, but it's still going to be warm tomorrow. It gets cold at the end of the week again. Possibly a couple inches of accumulation.
I don't want any more snow, please.
Done with the snow.
No snow, no ice. Thank you.
Yeah, and there we are. All right, here we come back. Eric, good morning. Good to have you in studio. Jared's talking about Ukraine.
Yeah, I
figured
did.
you were getting all riled up.
I'm telling you,
driving
they're
in.
not going in. This is a ruse. It
That's
was a
what,
ruse.
That's what I
It was
thank you.
a
I'm starting to feel that.
It was a negotiation tactic. They don't want NATO anywhere near their borders.
It's NATO. It's all about NATO.
Putin is feeling a little bit like unappreciated that he is the czar of Russia. He doesn't feel like Lenin. He doesn't feel like the old Soviet dictators. He's like, I got to do something.
And he is KGB all the way through and
Totally.
through. Don't ever forget that.
Totally. The Ukrainians, it's half and half down there. Half would love to be Russian. The other half wanted. So one half is going to Poland. One half is going to Russia. It's like if Trump was at the borders waiting to invade the United States. Half the country would be like, yeah, bring it. And the other half be like, no.
That's a great analogy. It really is.
Yeah, we're Team Obama because no one's Team Biden. Know what I'm saying, Angela?
I always know what you're saying, Eric.
Know what I'm saying, Angela?
But no, my prediction is this. You can take this one to the bank. Nobody's invading anybody. They're going to lob off a few rounds into the countryside, and then they're going to take their trains
Where
and they're going to go
nobody's
back.
at.
Exactly. And they're going to take their trains and they're going to have a major victory party for something. I don't know what it is.
Chris, are you kind of coming over to this side, or you still think like Drew?
I don't know what to
you don't
think.
bring 200,000 troops to the border and then go in.
I agree with what Drew says, too. If Putin actually brought 150,000 troops plus all the equipment to the border to just turn around and go back, well, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, but it's a good practice exercise.
Oh, my
too.
God, yes.
And
It's a
there's that
great
too.
war game.
It's a great war game, and everybody's going to come out saying that they won on this. Like
You
Eric
know that's
said.
right.
You don't do this, and you don't not invade. It's all about getting the hype.
Yeah, but how stupid does Biden look? Not to
That's why I
not
said
to pounce on him, but how stupid do you look? It's like, this is inevitable. It's going to happen. It's to what degree is it going to happen? And then when it doesn't happen, Biden looks like a complete.
Well, Angela, what do you
damned if
think
he
about
does
this?
or
As
damned
Colin
if he doesn't.
says, Putin was just waiting for the Olympics to end out of respect for China.
Well, Olympics have
all right.
ended.
Well,
Yeah.
now he could do it today then.
Yeah.
That was the point, I think. Yeah. Okay.
It's hard to get excited about it. You know what I mean? It's like, it's almost every time it comes on the news now, I'm like, so what? I'm seriously, who cares? You know, it's
About
like,
the invasion?
Yeah,
Because it's been
I don't
talked
care.
about for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
That's
yeah.
not an invasion.
yeah. I'm going to really bore Angela now.
Okay, good.
because
Thank
because
you.
the pipeline from Russia goes directly to Germany now. They needed Ukraine before to get
Correct.
their oil through to the
The
peninsula Now they don't need that so much anymore.
Correct.
So what's the big deal? What do you want? A bunch of countryside that doesn't mean much? I mean, who cares? You're just expanding Mother Russia again? That's really what he wants to do. But he can't do it because NATO countries are not going to allow that really to happen. So there's your analytical breakdown. It really doesn't come to much more than that. And like Vic said, no one's really nervous about this. You know what I mean? It's not really, it's not like Iran invading Israel.
Correct.
That's not what this is. This is kind of like Texas trying to invade Oklahoma. Okay, come on over. We got cattle too. A couple oil fields, whatever. We'll change the flag colors. It's cool.
Well, I thought Eric was going to jump into the other topic from the weekend. Leah Thomas dominated and set all kinds of records in the pool.
Against another guy, right? Wasn't there another
What
guy?
are you guys talking about?
Go ahead.
Transgender swimmer.
Okay.
Leah Thomas.
Uh-huh.
That had Eric all fired up
Okay.
a week and a half ago.
Where is she competing?
In college.
Oh, okay. Okay, she's a college student.
Well, Leah was a man. That's a
He was a
old
big man.
So what happened? She swims for Penn. She was a male swimmer that said she became a female.
I thought Leah Thompson was the lady from Back to the Future.
Thomas.
Oh, Thomas. Okay.
Penn swimmer Leah Thomas. So she went to the Ivy League. Now she's a 4-time champion. She set every record when she went to be a woman. Every record was set for a female now.
Yes.
So Leah Thompson holds the record.
Thomas.
For the female swimmer. Yes. Okay.
She set every record,
Okay.
and it's controversial because of her physical prowess.
I can't wait to get her opinion on this. I cannot wait to get
Should not be
Angela
allowed.
Sharp's opinion.
Should not be allowed.
I think we've talked about this before.
It's
and
the end of women's sports is what it is.
My opinion,
it's the end of women's sports. But go ahead.
My opinion is the same as it was the last time we talked about this.
Mhm.
I think in 5 years, there are going to be multiple categories, and there's going to be a female category, a male category, a transgender from male to female,
That's
and a
sexist.
transgender
What you just
from
said is
female to
sexist.
male.
That's sexist.
I think that's going to be a
It's
thing.
sexist. Why can't a guy that wants
As
to be a
long
girl be a
as
girl?
Leah Thompson changed her
Thomas.
Thomas. I'm sorry. I clearly wasn't paying attention to this story.
I don't want actress Leah Thompson to be suing us.
Yeah, well, I like Leah Thompson, the actress. So anyway, as long as she changed her gender because of how she felt inside and not because she wanted to dominate,
Fine.
that would be fun.
But what about the guy that wants to dominate and says,
Well, that's the problem.
Aha!
And that's when you get into that
But
gray
Eric,
area
and
of
then
somebody who
I'm
wants
gonna say
to
the same thing I've always said.
change because they want to dominate
You
the
don't.
sport.
You don't change your sex because you just
I
want
don't.
to dominate
Okay,
a sport.
my hand is raised.
It's so much
His hand is
deeper
raised.
than
My
that.
hand-
No, Eric's
My hand is
raised.
raised. I got a question. This is a damn serious question because I do not know the answer to this question.
All right.
Transgendered. I
Uh-huh.
need you to help me out.
Okay.
Do they lop it off and then they become a girl, or do they keep
Oh.
their stuff and they could go revert back to being a guy if they wanted to be, Vic?
I think Vic's going to have the actual term because I don't think so. I think you
It's
just
both.
act in life as
No, she's
that.
taking, or Leah is taking. You have to take so much of the.
estrogen.
Yes, you go through. Hold on a second. I'm trying to look up the.
This is
word
such a
again.
pertinent question.
That is.
It is.
a
I
great
just I
question.
cannot figure
I
it
was
out.
under the impression that you just
Yeah.
lived your life
Yeah.
as the sex you wanted to be, but
In some cases, yes.
Okay.
But in other cases, no.
so transgender is the term could go either way. You
If I am,
could-
I'm not, but if I was transgendered, I don't even know how to talk about this subject without throwing weirdness.
It was the
into
other major story
it's
from
not
the weekend.
weird. No,
It
it's
is
not-
weird
it's
because
not weird. I mean,
what if you're a homosexual and you are a fantastic athlete, and in trying to compete with your guy counterparts in college, Mizzou or whatever, all of a sudden you're like, I could go and just destroy these women, and I can get a scholarship, and there's a damn good. And now with the NCAA rules, I can get sponsorship. I'm doing it. I'm going to become a female athlete at Mizzou or whatever college. And now I'm going to totally monetize this.
No, but
Come
Eric,
on, Vic.
Eric, you
Help me
don't
out, brother.
change- Eric,
I mean, I
if you
see
talk
Eric's
to people,
point.
Do you understand what I'm
midget.
saying?
I
Yeah.
understand
No, I
Eric's
understand
point.
what
It would be
saying.
the end of women's
No, I
athletics.
do. But if you talk to transgender people, which I have, and I've
Okay.
talked to several of them from stories and stuff over the last 5 years.
Okay.
You don't change your sex just because of a sport. You
I know
change
that's
it.
what you say,
No,
but there are all kinds of
it's not
motivations in the
just-
world.
It would be you don't just change. Oh, I'm gonna so I can win. No.
Eric's
What if
talking
you're-
about the one
you talk to-
random person who like fake kidnaps themselves so
You
they can
need
get
to
a press.
talk
That's
to
what you're talking about.
transgender people
Yes.
to get. Then you'll see. It's deeper
Vic,
than
I
that.
think you're wrong.
This is one of the
think you're wrong.
cases where Leah happens to be a swimmer on top of it, and it really benefits her in the pool.
But if Leah wanted to
because her
become Liam
body-
again, he
her
could.
body is still that chromosome of a male, and when you look at her body, it still looks she's still built like a
Yeah.
male. Where this is where the NCAA has now gotten involved and said that you have to take so much of whatever. I'm trying
That's
to
ridiculous.
over a period of time for a year to be able to be eligible. Now,
I don't think anybody's going in life going, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make my life kind of difficult and change my gender
No, but I
just
do.
for funsies.
No. Hold on. Stay with me, guys.
Okay.
Let's say that there is a male who is maybe he considers himself a transgender on the weekends, and he does all that stuff. Okay. And he's a badass basketball player, but he can't compete with the Missouri men's basketball program, and he would desperately like to play basketball. And all of a sudden, there's a door open that says, "I'm going to take my transgendered weekend activities, and I'm going to move them over to my athletic degree." And I'm going to do that, and I'm going to go to them, and I'm going to petition to be a transgendered woman from Missouri basketball.
but they were already transgender. 'Cause you
But they're
just
a
said that.
man, and they have an
Doesn't matter.
unhealthy
They were already
advantage
transgen-
over any woman.
Yes, but they were already transgender. They didn't decide to become transgender for a sport. They were already living. They were already living as a transgender.
Okay, do you not feel sorry for the millions of women athletes?
Okay, but now you're talking about a different point. Yes.
If Angela was an athletic superstar, and she could be, look at her physique. She could literally go out there and do the pole vault and like jump over 7 feet of something. But what if there's a guy that comes along and jumps over 9 feet of something, and all of a sudden Angela's like, "Wait, that's not fair. What the hell? This guy's like he's a male athlete. He's got bigger muscles and he can jump farther and faster."
That's why I think in like 5 years there's going to be a couple different categories.
I hope you're right. But I think that would be sexism
That's what
towards
girls. No, but that's what girls are hoping for. There's starting to be more and more protest. There's been calls for women who are at these games to just step off the blocks. Let Leah, who is a man from a chromosome standpoint, compete against Leah and be the only person in the pool.
But she would still break the records.
To send a message. It doesn't matter. To send
And
a
she would
message
still get the awards.
to the NCAA that, listen, what's going on is not right. At least it's not fair from a competitive standpoint.
We don't hear anything about transgender men.
What do you mean?
Or wait.
Here we go. Go ahead, girl.
I'm
I know where you're going,
confused.
girl.
I'm confused. Like,
Do it.
What are you talking
Do
about?
this.
We always talk about like, oh, the poor meek women
Here we go.
can't break their records because they've got this. Now Leah is transgender and she's taking on the records, but we don't ever hear the other way around. We don't hear
woman
about
wanting-
the woman
wanting-
wanting to be a
Yes.
man.
Yes.
Where is she? Can she just not compete with the men? Like, what's happening?
What do you think?
I don't know.
Good question,
I have great
Angela.
questions.
Angela.
I just have questions.
That's what
Angela.
Eric's saying, that men have an advantage then they become a female, because even though you go through the process of becoming a female, you still have a male body and male physical abilities.
But
That's
I
what
feel
Eric
like that would be beneficial in some
And
sports.
then-
as
How?
a-
Which And one? then on the-
Soccer, perhaps?
No.
Then
No.
you say,
Speed?
then you're saying,
No.
How come we don't hear about women who become men
Right.
then
Yes.
succeeding
Yeah.
because they don't have
'Cause they
the
don't
same
succeed, is what
physical
you're telling me.
Yes.
as what
Are they trying?
I don't know.
Oh.
But you wouldn't have an advantage. You would have a disadvantage.
It'd be a disadvantage. And it's not a slam. It's like, come on, let nature just be nature every now and then. A man, you
But
know,
would I be way cooler? Like,
you would be doing what your heart makes you want to do. But do you really want to go out there and play basketball as a man if you're an ex-woman and you're only 4'3"?
well, I'm
Or
not saying
4'5"
one of those
or whatever.
4'3" women, but I mean, there's plenty of women that are tall.
Okay, there's plenty of women that are tall. You look, athletics at a different level college, professional, semi-professional. These guys, I mean, there's guys that can't go compete with the other guys because physical athletics is something else. A woman can't play football because they will get their bell rung. I'm serious. They can't be a field goal kicker. They can't do anything because of the disparity in the size of men versus women. Period.
There's a lot of girl football players in high school.
There's not, quote, a lot. There are
I'm talking
some.
about pros.
There was
I'm
one
talking
in my
about
high
semi-pro.
school, so I feel like that's why I feel it's a lot.
and most, like 99% of the small little portion of girls that play high school football are kickers.
Right.
I believe she was a kicker. Okay.
Because physically,
you can't do it.
Now, I'm not saying there aren't a couple women who can't, but in college, you have the kickers every now and then.
I would love to see.
Very, very, very small.
Very rarely.
And not to mention women, if they wanted to have a football team, they could develop a women's football league, but they don't want to do it. It's not something that's overwhelming to women. They don't really want to be football players. They don't. It's like being a gladiator. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like there's just certain things that lend themselves to men's athletics versus female athletics. Look, the thing about this Leah chick, guy, whoever,
she's a woman. She's transgender.
Okay, the thing about this Leah girl.
And she did have reassignment surgery.
Did she really? Okay, there you go.
So she really is a woman.
Okay, not really, but I see what you're saying. Okay, thank you for telling me
The problem is that the body that she has, and that she had before. I mean, she still has.
You're saying her upper body
The
swimmer
whole
strength
body. She still it looks very, 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 very.
Here's the
masculine.
thing with those sports is you usually beat records by tenths of a second. She's beating them by seconds.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, which is an hour and a half in sport.
The
in
women
swimming.
competing.
Yeah.
Against Leah have zero chance.
Are they mad though, or are they not mad?
They're pissed.
Most are. Yeah.
I mean, there are different political makeups on the. Like I was watching an Ivy League video, and the Harvard chick comes over and shakes her hand because maybe she believes more in the liberal politics of it. And she's like, "Congratulations, you're a transgender. You just beat the crap out of me." But I subscribe way more to the politics of this. And then if you're a competitive swimmer, you're like, "No, I don't believe in this at all. I want to compete against other women." You're making it so hard. It would be like if Vic was a great racer and they said, "We're going to allow horses to race now." And then Vic had to go race a horse.
Here's what happened
in the quarter
just
mile.
To give you the background too. For 3 years, Leah competed as a man at Penn.
Oh, how did Leah do as a man?
Was one of the worst men's swimmers.
Okay.
There you go.
Then Leah has reassignment surgery in the off season, and comes back this year and now is the best swimmer in the country as a female.
Yeah.
But you don't have reassignment surgery just so you can place better in your college sport.
No,
So-
that was the first part of this.
Okay.
There's 4 or 5 different subheadings going on right now.
Okay.
But we're just showing you what happened. Leah was one of the worst swimmers in America. Or not one of the on her team.
On her
at Penn.
team, not in
Then
she
Leah
can beat me in swimming.
Then Leah becomes a female, or at least has the surgery, and goes out and now swims for the female team, the women's team, and is now the best in America.
And I think it's something that's
Just like that overnight.
It's worth talking about because
that's what now.
You-
And
you
it's
have a
only
daughter-
It's only been in a year. Maybe if you take the estrogen, maybe if you're going through all your body will change over time.
DNA is you need DNA surgery then. You need the DNA. You need it to unelongate your muscles.
It's a slippery slope because you want people to be able to be who they are in their life and feel comfortable and happy in their world.
Yeah, but you can't
so
do
if
that
that
at the.
means going from a.
Yeah, but you cannot do that to the detriment of someone else. You see what I mean? If there's a scholarship on the line,
You mean the sports aspect of it.
correct. If there's a scholarship on the line, and your daughter or your cousin or your female, and she was badass at track and field her whole life, and she comes out of Pattonville High School and she dominates everything around St. Louis. Boom! She has a chance to go to Mizzou or to Princeton or somewhere. Hundreds of thousands of dollars of scholarship. Then there comes this female that's actually an old male, and he comes and he just destroys you.
And there's a lot to think about there.
Sure is.
Angela does not care.
It's-
I love this
Well,
because
no,
Angela
Eric,
does not
you
care.
always say she doesn't care. She doesn't
No,
care.
no, it's cool.
Well, first of all, who cares if she doesn't care?
I know that's what
But
I'm
she
saying.
does
It's like
care.
this could actually be a thing in a few years. There will be no more women's sports. I don't know why.
No, there's going to be women's sports.
I don't think there's.
Don't run to that side all that fast. What's interesting is just this last week, the White House wouldn't comment on the subject. Go figure. When Biden was running for president,
It's
he
a
talked
thing.
about equality
It's
for
a thing.
all.
It's a thing.
And now he won't. He kind of changed it a little bit on the trans athletes and girls sports because at first he's like, no, we're not going to get it. Now the message from the White House is they have no issue with Leah dominating female sports 1 year after being a man and being one of the worst on the team.
I feel sorry for the women. I'll leave it at that. I feel sorry for if my sister wanted to compete at a college level and there were 4 transgendered males competing for that same spot, she'd have no chance and she would have to go pick another path. That's all I'm saying. Because if you wanted me to compete against a horse on track and field, I would get my ass kicked. There'd be no way I could win the 800 meter against a horse.
They're asking the NCAA to tighten up rules on transgender athletes competing in female sports.
What would the rule be? Give them a 10-second head start?
Eric, tightening up the rules when it comes to their body makeups and how long that there's a period of time that you would have to go through before. You're talking about 8 months ago, Leah was swimming as a man, now swimming as a woman and dominating. So it's clear to everybody in the pool that she has a big-time physical advantage.
So the fix would be let her
I don't know
simmer
what the
another
fix
2
is.
months before she can come back on?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it would have to be a 2-year period of taking the proper drugs. And
I didn't realize it was quite 8 months that she went from swimming as
it
a
would-
man to swimming as a
the
female.
last race moving in. That's where
Yeah,
it gets.
it's an interesting because you don't want anybody to be uncomfortable.
But you're starting to hear, as Eric said, more people talking about it now, even getting down into the high school ranks where, oh, well, I call myself I am a transgender person, so I want to go and run track. I identify as a female, so now I'm going to run track on the boys, on the girls' team, even though I'm a boy, because now you're like, okay, does a surgery really do it? Or if you don't have surgery, does that still count too?
Yep.
So there's once you go down the slippery slope.
It's a lot of gray area there.
I think they should just have transgender teams. I don't see there's any problem with that. I don't. I'm sorry.
I don't know if there's
it
quite
seems
enough
interesting to
people
me.
have transgender
But
teams right now.
but if you ask transgender people, Eric, is that isolating us? Many say you're isolating us, and that's not being fair.
Oh,
why not?
That's also a good point, Vic.
Because if you spend time in an interview, whether you agree or don't, you find that out, as I have.
You should be isolated. It's my opinion.
It's like this.
People are entitled to their opinion. I'm just telling you what transgender people say.
I get it.
On the whole, transgender people do not want their own little categories because that's
Right.
denying them of who they think they
That
really
makes
are.
sense. That makes sense.
And,
to me.
and in this part of in different parts of the country, look, in Seattle, Washington, I don't remember the name of the club. There's a club where there are bathrooms that are unisex, I guess. You can walk into any bathroom you want. These just do not care.
That's been around for
Female,
15
male.
It's not just in Seattle.
Yes, I've never seen it anywhere
Eric,
else.
it-
You
it's
walk
here.
into a
Eric,
bathroom
Eric,
and there's
they're all
four-
over. They're
Really?
all over.
Oh, yeah.
Eric, unisex bathrooms have been around for 2 decades.
where there's stalls? I've
Yes.
never seen
I
that
think
before.
that started like back in the day, like when like little kids were getting kidnapped. That way, the mommies and daddies
What?
can go in and make sure their kid doesn't get kidnapped.
No, we're talking about clubs.
Yeah, this is a club. Like there's, you know how there's a men's and they have this.
Eric, they've
You-
been around for 20 years.
Where?
Detroit.
Not in St. Louis.
PBR has always had a unisex bathroom.
No, that's different. You go to a line, and they assign you a bathroom stall.
I just walk in whatever stall I want.
No, Eric, there's clubs in St. Louis that have unisex bathrooms.
I've never seen one.
Yeah, well, you haven't been everywhere,
You're right, I haven't.
but I'm just telling you there are. It's
I
not
think
that.
it's- I
It's
think
not
it's-
Eric. It's pretty common.
You walk into a bathroom
Yes.
with a bunch of stalls.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
That's at PBRs like
Yes. Yes, Eric. Yes.
I'm sorry to sound so stupid on this show.
No,
but I'm used
they
to
just
it.
have.
I'm
You're
used
just
to
not
sounding
used
that stupid.
Stop it. They just have unisex bathrooms are not
Okay.
anything new.
I thought it was something very unique to Seattle, a very liberal city, liberal town. And I didn't think it was here in St. Louis. But hey, let's go there this weekend. I'll buy the drinks.
All right, we got to take a quick break. That's how fast the show goes. It is the fastest 2 hours of morning talk radio. Unisex bathrooms. You never know where we're going.
Yeah, I mean, who would have thought?
I don't know that you know what I'm talking about. I know what you're talking about at PBR. It's not that. You walk into the room like this, and there are urinals on the wall, and there are stalls, and there are chicks and dudes in there. How
you know what
doing?
The good thing about unisex bathrooms
What?
are, though, if you're going to do them, is that the ones that I've been in, and it's been a while.
I guess sex is easy.
No, they were clean. Men are
really?
men. It's like men are like on their best behavior.
I don't know about that. Some of the
But
women's
I've been told
bathrooms
women's
are the worst.
I was
are
gonna
really
say,
bad.
yeah, I've been.
Got blood.
I've
slung
been
up on the
places
wall.
where like
Chris.
I have been
Chris.
places where we need to go to the bathroom, and so
Okay.
we go into the men's, and I'm like, wow, it's very clean in here. So sometimes
See,
the
she said
women are.
men's.
No.
Yeah, sometimes the
I
women
got
are way
drunk
more
one night
dirty
and went
than
into the wrong bathroom, and man, it was a murder scene in there.
I buy that.
It was bad.
About 20 years ago, I didn't even do it on purpose. I walked into the ladies' room. I didn't even know I was. And some guy, the bouncer grabbed me and threw me out of the club. You're out. I was like, oh, yeah, it was sure honest mistake. And I'm like, I promise you, it was an honest mistake.
Yeah, they are really good about that for the most part.
I got thrown out.
Because a friend of mine passed out in the bathroom, and I went and got our guy friend because I couldn't pick her up. And the bouncers came rushing, and I'm like, no, I asked him because she's dead. Like, I
See,
need
that
her
would never
out.
happen in Seattle. They would never happen.
Who cares about Seattle?
Because I'm telling you a story. That's why I care.
Eric Johnson. First night. Angela Sharp on Big Faust and Fox 2. Back with more after this. Your news headlines, your sports headlines, and another hour of this fun show.
Edge Morning Traffic.
Molly Rose again in the Viper Traffic Center. Watch for a couple pretty minor incidents out there. An accident 44 westbound at Park. A stalled vehicle 64 westbound at Hampton, and then another stall 70 westbound. That one past 170. But overall, still pretty quiet morning out there on the roads this President's Day. Out in St. Charles County, I-70 and 64 drivers have been on the move all morning long. Light volume out of the Wentzville area headed east. No delays heading over to the Blanchard Bridge on 70 or the Boone Bridge on 64. And then getting into the downtown area still looks great on 70, 64, 40, 55, and 44. I'm Fox 2's Molly Rose. That's your Edge Morning Traffic.
This is the Edge Morning Show.
Live on 100.7.
The Viper.
This is a metaphor for your business's journey. Sometimes it feels like you're going 100 miles an hour, barely keeping up. But to cruise through challenges, you need someone who's right there with you. That's what Dell Technologies advisors do. They have the Windows PCs and tech advice you need to get past whatever's in front of you and get where you want to go. Call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL. A start to a simpler experience with Windows 11 Pro.
Taco Bell presents a get-out-of-bedtime story. It's time to wake up from this amazing dream, even though you're jet skiing on lemonade. How extreme! And oh, look at that, you just won the lottery. Is that a castle? Take the keys, it's your property. What's better than swimming in space? Just wait for the big reveal. It's Taco Bell breakfast and it's actually real. So it's time to wake up and bid your dreams farewell. Because toasted breakfast burritos are waiting for you, only at Taco Bell. At participating Taco Bell locations near you during breakfast hours only.
Now another hour of the Edge Morning Show on KFNS Troy St. Charles. The Edge Morning Show.
Have you wanted to speak a new language, but thought it would be too difficult? Then try Babbel. Babbel starts by teaching you words and phrases that gradually get more complex. Soon, you're practicing short conversations. So in 15 minutes a day, you'll be speaking a new language in a few weeks. Babbel is built around real life. It teaches you practical conversations that you will actually use. Babbel, language for life. Celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free. Just go to Babbel.com today. That's BABBEL.com.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $700 on average, and those savings add up. Imagine what you could buy in the future.
The graphics are so real on this video game console I bought with the savings from switching to Progressive 10 years ago. I can't tell what's real and what's the game, which I think is what people want. You know, in the future, which it is currently.
So switch to Progressive and save big, because those savings can add up in the future. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National annual average insurance savings by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive in 2020. Potential savings will vary.
Hi, my name is Takia, and a little thing that I love about the Smokehouse Barbecue Bacon Sandwich is when I take a bite, it's the perfect blend from the bacon to the cheese. It's perfection.
Hey, I'm Katora, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A mac and cheese is it kind of melts in your mouth, so you know it's creamy, cheesy, and delicious. This gooey mac makes me cheese every time.
Order dinner delivered on the Chick-fil-A app today. Delivery fee and other restrictions apply. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Get a grip on your finances with People's Bank and Trust's new mobile banking service. You can now manage your accounts, check balances, transfer funds, and pay bills with ease and all from the palm of your hand. Activate your phone today by visiting us online at www.pbtc.net. People's Bank and Trust. Hometown banking the way it should be. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Viper weather with legendary chief meteorologist Dave Murray.
Hi, this is Viper meteorologist Dave Murray on this Monday, President's Day. Are you ready for a wild week of weather? This may be the most active week of weather we've seen all winter, and maybe we'll see all winter long, but not today. Sunshine this morning giving way to clouds. It's windy and very mild, but it's a dry day, 62. Tonight, periods of rain, some non-severe thunderstorms, windy, spring-like overnight. 52, that's it for the overnight low. On Tuesday, in the morning, periods of rain, a couple of non-severe thunderstorms, windy. Could see some sunshine coming out in the afternoon, but still a chance of a thunder shower. 62 for the high on Tuesday. That happens about midday, falling into the 40s during the afternoon. Now, Tuesday night, partly cloudy. It's cold. It's really cold. 19 degrees. Wednesday, partly sunny and cold. 32. The second storm system is Wednesday night, Thursday into Thursday evening. Snow and sleet. Mainly snow Wednesday night, 25 degrees. On Thursday, it's a mix of snow and sleet, 34 for the high, but there should be some accumulation with the second storm system. So one storm is spring, the second storm is all about winter. I, of course, will keep you up to date. From the Viper Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray. Now back to the Edge on 100.7, The Viper.
Whipper River Electric, a Touchstone Energy cooperative. The Edge Morning Show.
Local headlines now with Fox 2's Vic Faust.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. 9:02 is our time on this February 21st. Happy President's Day. Unfortunate news out of St. Louis. A 5-month-old girl died Sunday morning in North St. Louis. Police calling it a suspicious death. Investigators found the baby in distress inside a house on Newby Street. She was taken to the hospital where she was pronounced dead. In other news, the state committee to hear bills on legalizing sports betting in Missouri is now happening. It's going to happen. It's just a matter of time before sports betting, like it is in Illinois, will become legal here in the state of Missouri. How soon that will happen, we are still not so sure. A police chase finds a stolen vehicle from an armed carjacking. 4 people who stole that vehicle are in custody right now. Other sad news, a pedestrian was killed by a hit-and-run driver. That happened overnight in St. Louis. Driver came through, hit somebody who had no idea that they were racing through. And unfortunately, it happened what it did. Interesting story on fox2now.com. Car owners across the region frustrated by car break-ins. We got all the statistics for you there because it is crazy. Another shooting death from Ferguson over the weekend. It was a bizarre situation that happened there. COVID deaths, hospitalizations, cases all down, which is wonderful. And also, MoDOT says they're doing their best to try to fill all the potholes. There's so many potholes all around because of the weather that we've had all of a sudden. Of course, the subject we've been talking about, Russia has not yet invaded Ukraine. They've got the troops there ready to go, and the Olympics ended. So we'll see if that has anything to do with what Putin's going to do. Let's look at your morning headlines. I'm Vic Faust.
Attention sports fans.
This is Sharp on Sports. Now, here's Angela Sharp.
Michigan coach Juan Howard hits Wisconsin assistant during a post-game argument. Of course, the bench is kind of cleared. That was actually fun to watch. I kind of like a basketball fight, but the Big Ten promises swift and appropriate disciplinary action. We have no word yet on what that is going to be. Of course, the Blues played Saturday night. They won. They beat the Maple Leafs 6-3. They play again tomorrow night against the Flyers. Puck drops at 6. And Daytona 500 is what everyone was texting me about all day yesterday. A bunch of wrecks happened. Austin Cindric won, beating out Bubba Wallace. But really, the wrecks is everything people want to talk about during that Daytona 500. And of course, Luke Combs performed for his second year in a row at the Daytona 500, if you like country music. And apparently there was an Infinity Series and there was a wreck there, but I didn't see it. Chris, you're up.
Chris, what happened? Yeah.
This is the Edge Morning Show.
What? Welcome back to the show, everybody. You're listening to The Edge.
You didn't see that wreck?
I didn't
Fastest
see it.
2 hours
You're
of
up.
Morning Talk Radio. Eric Johnson, Chris Knight, Angela Sharp, and Vic Faust of Fox 2. Now, I haven't had a chance to look it up yet. Maybe after the show I will. I just haven't had a chance. So the guy wrecked. He went airborne, hit a guardrail. But the car flipped too. But the cars are so safe now.
We'll show it here in a minute.
If you're sitting inside, I mean, it doesn't crack. Like I don't know, what do you call it? The carriage? The basic frame would protect you through anything.
Yeah, they got roll bars and
Yeah,
their
roll bar-
helmets are
Well, let me
attached
just-
now.
We'll show our viewers that are watching online. We'll show them. I would not want to be in this car.
Yeah, that's me either. I get that. I totally get it. We appreciate you back in the show. Eric Johnson, Chris Knight, Angela Sharp, and Vic Faust of Fox 2. We may have a meeting coming up, and this is why I say I don't like the look of Ukraine and Russia. Everything just seems so coordinated. Now Biden's calling the shots. Oh, I'll meet with Putin under certain circumstances. And I'm going, what? It's like, we don't hold any cards. Biden says that he agrees to speak with Putin, but only under several conditions. So no KGB guy creates a controversy and then goes, okay, I'm going to listen to whatever you say, Biden. So that's some other news that's just come out. I don't know. It's
hard to get worked up about it. Look at Angela.
It's very bizarre.
You got to look at Angela. Whenever you bring up a subject.
No, Eric, she's not.
She's
the
like a
gauge.
thermometer.
No, she's.
Yes, she is.
No, she's not.
What? Look at her.
Unfortunately, this has always been, I could never lie as a child either. My face will tell you exactly what I'm thinking 87% of the time.
Eric Church on tour. Watch
There's
this.
a lot of people like that.
Yeah,
There's
I'm
nothing-
I'm
there's
not
nothing-
excited about the tour anymore. I
Angela,
heard some bad
there's
things
nothing
from
wrong
the,
with
from
that.
the Casey
Damn!
concert.
She just slammed her boy. How do you do that? What'd you hear about the Eric Church tour?
I heard that because it's in the round, which is what
I love in the round shows.
I hate in the round.
They're great.
One,
You see their ass
you don't-
90% of the time.
Well, no, because he's got 4 sides.
He's got 4 of him then.
It's not 4. It's not like a little.
That's how
literal
Prince did.
round.
That's
is
how
like
Prince did it. That's how Prince
Garth
did it.
does it. Anyway,
Yeah.
the Kansas City show. A bunch of my friends went. They said it was kind of dangerous.
What was dangerous?
And aggressive. I guess the pit was dangerous and aggressive.
How do you have a dangerous pit at a country show?
At a country show.
Imagine that.
When
Yeah.
I was in
They took the
pit
cowboy boots
during
off.
Casey last time and it wasn't in the round,
Beat you in the head
some
with it.
chick took her beer and poured it on my head.
Oh.
And I turned around like, what
What did
are
you
we
do to
doing
deserve
right now?
that?
I did nothing. I had gotten a really good spot, and she thought I was taking all of the attention away
Dude,
from the spot.
I will tell you this. Country chicks are hardcore.
Yes, they are.
You
She wanted
guys-
to fight back.
Everybody,
No.
every group has.
No,
its
no,
hardcore.
no, no.
Yes, it
Country
does.
chicks.
Have you ever been to a Barry Manilow concert? Have you seen the women?
I'm
of
not
Barry Manilow?
talking about no damn Barry
They don't
Manilow.
even stand up. My mom is so confused as to why I stand up at a concert. She doesn't understand because Barry Manilow's our guy, and they don't stand up there.
Those country
Haven't you
chicks,
seen
man.
how-
Those country chicks are mean as F. They are mean,
Yeah,
man.
she really wanted to fight me.
See?
I wasn't going to fight
They
her.
have beer, and they will not hesitate to pour it on your ass.
on your head.
That
That's
happens
my head.
everywhere,
Dude,
Eric.
it doesn't. When I was working I used to follow Rage Against the Machine all over the place. I did.
Have you ever seen women go crazy at
And-
Barry Manilow concerts when they
Yeah,
sing "Oh
different
Mandy"?
thing. Different thing.
Have you, Vic?
I'm just teasing you.
Different thing.
I mean, it gets crazy when he sings "Oh Mandy."
Oh, Mandy.
See, you're being facetious. I'm telling you the truth, Vic. Do not be anywhere near a female mosh pit at a country show.
I've
They
been
will
to
kill you.
several concerts.
Huh?
Country concerts. I've been up near the stage. I've never seen any mosh pit at a
Neither have
country
I.
concert.
Neither have I, but I can imagine.
They're there. They're
Angela
real.
said it's damn dangerous.
Kansas City. I didn't like Kansas City last time I went.
So this sounds like a Kansas City thing.
It might vary.
Maybe it is.
In St. Louis, I had no
So
problem.
Angela's like looking at the tour now, and she's like, I think I'm out. And it's her favorite band.
I'm gonna go. I'll see him when he comes to St. Louis because it's not far. Yes.
Jeannie says we have more fights at country shows than any other shows. Jeannie works over in
Oh,
Hollywood.
no doubt.
Come on.
No.
Jeannie knows.
Oh, dude.
Jeannie knows. And I know from a fact from the Enterprise Center, which is now, what is it called? Or what it used to be
I
called.
know what you're saying.
But that Eric Church's show sells them more alcohol at that than they do at any event or
sure.
even Guns and Hoses, which I thought was shocking.
Country people love their beer.
And whiskey.
Everybody clap your hands. I'm telling you right now. Those girls, they'll drink that 32-ounce beer at the Enterprise Center, and they'll hear that first Eric Church song, and they will beat your ass.
Yes, they will.
People were not
Yes, they
clapping
will.
their hands about that crash I was
Oh,
talking
yes, you've
about.
got the
Here you
crash
go.
loaded.
There you go.
Okay, crash is loaded, guys.
We've seen a few crashes down there.
Oh, this one was pretty bad.
Okay, that's
pretty nasty.
Yeah,
The
because
car basically just mangled.
Oh, my
and
God.
There's flames. We're watching. It'll come on in a second. There we go. We were in a
Wait,
little
is that in the
delay.
last turn? Was that in the last turn, Chris?
No.
straightaway.
This was Saturday night. This is not the Daytona 500, Eric.
Right. It's the what is it? Xfinity series.
Xfinity Series.
Damn. And you know what's so bizarre about this video you're watching? Is I'll bet that driver was fine. He got out. He probably had a
walked
cocktail.
out with a couple scrapes and bruises. Believe it
Exactly.
or not. That's why we were talking about it earlier, Vic, before you got here, Eric. I would not want to be in that car.
I would
He
not
got lucky.
mind.
He got damn lucky.
No, I think Vic's right.
Look at Dale Earnhart's crash.
Yeah, but everything.
You brought
yeah,
up what a
but
great
everything,
point.
But everything.
brought up a great
but
point.
everything changed
Yes.
after
I
his
know.
crash.
It sure
Yeah,
did.
it did.
The car makeup.
And that's my point to this. Look at the changes, what they did. This young man would have been dead.
You could fall down the Grand Canyon and come out and be all right
Yeah.
in these cars
Literally.
now.
Literally.
Which makes it a little bit Look, I don't want anybody hurting these things, but a crash of that magnitude that you're just watching right here, Dale Earnhardt helped bring safety to this sport, whether you know it or not. His head was right now what they do is they attach your head to the car. Did you know that?
Correct.
They have a cable so that you can't get that whiplash effect. They have totally made the cockpits of these cars just completely impervious to these kind of crashes, which is great. And so when you see these crashes, it's almost fun now because you know nothing's going to happen to these drivers
Not
whatsoever.
always.
They might get a concussion, they might get a busted leg, but that's about it. So I'm glad he's okay.
So that was the weekend of racing. By the way, Bubba Wallace finished second in that race by 0.38 seconds, which was also a great overtime ending to Daytona. So we'll see where it goes.
We had a chance to go sit in the infield about, 5 years ago, Chris?
Yeah.
Where, at Daytona?
At Daytona. And there's nothing more powerful than seeing a car go by you at 200 miles an hour. Nothing.
Daytona's a great
Nothing.
spot to watch a race.
Well,
I've been out there a couple times.
these cars don't go by you at 200. The Indy Racing League cars can hit 200.
Yeah. What are
That's-
these? At 180?
Yeah, at most.
Yeah, but that's still
if you go to
crazy,
an
man.
IRL race,
Yeah.
where I've been to both races, lots of races, Indy Racing League and NASCAR. The IRL cars are the ones that zoom by you.
Yeah,
they're faster.
Yeah,
that'll blow your mind. It blew after I went because I went to NASCAR races first. When I went to the Indy League, I was like, it was for me. It was cooler because they were so much faster.
Right,
they were more high performance
Top
vehicles.
level stock cars can exceed 200 miles per hour.
Oh,
though.
sure. That was a good.
But not in the racing. They don't, Angela.
The-
not in the
I was going to
races.
ask you. Top fuel is 300 miles an hour.
No,
correct?
No.
Isn't it?
I'm telling you,
that's drag.
NASCAR's telling you
Are
200
you
miles
sure?
per hour.
Drag racing.
Yes,
NASCAR
that's what I'm
says
talking about.
They can hit 200 miles per hour during a race.
They're
I
not
thought it
as
was-
fast as Indy.
Oh, no. Indy's
not,
faster
not
than
even close,
200.
Angela. If you go to an
Well,
Indy
I
race,
think you're missing your speed. I think Indy must be faster
Yeah, I
than
think
200
Indy is
because
way
NASCAR
the
is
average
200.
no, the average speed for NASCAR is not 200 miles per hour in these races.
Yeah.
And then it also depends on the track. If you have a bigger track, an open race, then you might be able to drive faster. But that's not the average speed.
That's crazy, though, man, getting in one of those top. I think I'd rather see top fuel.
Average speed for IndyCar, 206 miles an hour.
Just by.
No, No,
In a
Angela,
Ford.
you're not sounding so smart. NASCAR's average speed is not 200 miles per hour.
I'm telling you,
It's
they,
not.
They
They
do.
can
They
reach.
do tell
but-
you that.
No, but that's.
They do tell you that it's 200.
I have not seen anywhere where NASCAR says their average speed is 200 miles per
Well,
hour.
if you click on this right here.
Send me where it says their average.
If you click on this right here, it
And
does.
then you go here,
where the
scroll down
average-
to this.
Actually,
I want to see because I've covered it. 200 miles per
Come on,
hour
Chris, what do you got
is
for
not
me?
the
Yeah,
average speed.
I'm right, right, Chris?
she's
Here we go,
actually-
Chris.
Yeah, Angela's right.
What does it say, Chris?
The average top speed
Bingo.
of a NASCAR
Top speed,
is
not
just
the
over
average speed.
200 miles an hour.
She's talking
the
about something
average
else.
speed for a Formula One car
You're
is
missing
quite
the
a bit
words.
slower as they hit speeds of 223 miles an hour, meaning IndyCar.
Correct. IndyCar.
So
Average.
the average speed is 181
Average.
miles an hour for
Bingo.
a NASCAR.
Thank you. That's what I was saying.
200 for an Indy.
We'll help Angela along. 180, girl. 180.
I think you just think they're faster because they're closer to the ground.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, that's a nice little thing to put in there. Yeah.
I
But they
like-
are faster.
I
Yeah.
like NASCAR, though.
NASCAR.
we had a
prefer
NASCAR.
NASCAR
My
over
company-
IndyCar.
I prefer NASCAR over IndyCar
100
too.
times over.
I sponsored a car in the Daytona 500, and we had our logos all over it and stuff. So that's what Eric was talking about. Some of you
that's
might know.
cool.
Why did you get out of that? Was it not?
It's a
business
losing proposition, and you have to have millions and millions and millions of dollars
'Cause, yeah, to put a
back
sponsor on a
race
big,
team.
big
There
race
is
guy.
so
yeah.
many expenditures with that. It's just ridiculous that the average person doesn't even realize what goes into it.
This is a great point from Joe Patterson. The reason NASCAR are so much slower than Indy is they have restrictor plates on them.
Hell yeah.
Exactly right.
Absolutely.
That's why they're slower. And
Yeah.
if you go to the race, you'll be able to tell. You physically can tell that they're
I've been
driving.
to a bunch of NASCAR races, but only one Indy race because I don't really care for the Indy race. That
I
much.
was actually, we played at the Carburation Day at Indianapolis 500 with Rick Emmett from Triumph.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I remember Triumph.
At the
That's
infield.
freaking cool.
Yeah, I was out that Daytona 500. I hosted something with Adam Carolla, which was an interesting experience because his whole
Well,
bit
he's
is
a
like,
he's a big car guy.
but his
Him
whole
and Jay
bit
Leno?
is mocking the people you're with.
Yeah.
And so like
So what did he do?
we're on the stage and
What
he's
did he
like
do, Angela?
like I'm like I guess I was playing like the straight man and he was like, "Oh, you hillbillies inbred." And I'm like, and these people looked mad. They didn't look like they were entertained by him. Like they were going to kill us. And I was like trying to it was just very bizarre.
Where was that at?
In Daytona 500.
Okay.
That's really cool. What about him offset? Did you get a chance to
He
meet
was
him,
really
talk to him?
dry. He has a really dry sense of humor the entire time, which is interesting. But he was definitely the star of the show because, it was really, really hot when we did it. And so they kept, he kept being taken into, a special air-conditioned space, and I just had to sit out there and sweat.
Just to go get stoned again?
That sounds like me.
Probably, yeah. Sounds like you.
Yeah, I get my little air conditioned
Your little
space.
air-conditioned room.
Yeah.
I mean, he was nice, but he's very dry. Very, very dry.
He's better than his old counterpart, that's for sure. Jimmy, what's his name? Late night host.
Oh.
Kimmel?
It's Kimmel, right?
Remember when they did the Man
yeah,
Show?
the Man Show. They both became very
What
popular.
a sexist show that was. Can you imagine women liking that right now or knowing that
It was arguably one of the most sexist shows ever produced.
the opening scene where
I don't remember it, but
You
didn't they had a girl jumping on a
that was the
trampoline,
opening
right?
scene.
Because I remember Googling it when I was, I had to Google everything about Adam when I was co-hosting with him.
And
How
the women would bring them beers and
The Man Show.
And how long, when do you think that came out?
It
When
was
was that a thing?
20 years
I don't
ago,
know.
right?
I have to look that
20
one up.
years ago, at
Even-
least.
maybe even more than that.
And that's where he did
That's
blackface.
funny.
He did blackface. The
Who did?
I'm calm.
Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah.
Oh, he should be. He
Wait,
should be.
what?
He should
Yeah.
be totally canceled.
Yeah, he should be totally canceled.
But he's not the only one. There's several celebrities, but they're Democrats or liberal. They have not been canceled. It's in a whole other talk.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
It's
I
so
thought everybody
complicated you
got
can't even handle it.
canceled. Okay.
Right now, if we went down that path, you couldn't. Angela would be like, "What? What? What? What?
Prime Minister Trudeau from Canada, who's been in the news. Oh yeah, he went blackface. He hasn't been canceled.
He hasn't been canceled.
Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel did. Tom Hanks did.
Not for a role, just for
no.
oh my.
Oh, a Christmas party
No,
or
people-
Halloween party or something
But
like that.
but you don't hear about it unless you go look for it because national media won't cover it.
Yeah.
It's only certain people that get called out if they've done that in their past.
The Man Show aired from 1999 to 2004.
That's awesome.
So you guys were correct.
Oh.
20,
It was
a little more than 20
Yeah, I
years
was
ago.
like,
Yeah.
it's been a long time. That
You
just
could
shows
never
how
do that
fast-
anymore.
Should we start one? Should we start a Man Show?
Well, you can't.
Let's see how it goes. We'll do it on the screen. We'll get
You'll
some
get
pretty girls to
canceled.
come in here and give you guys beer and jump on trampolines.
Angela, maybe you should start the woman show.
You could do that
Yeah.
easily. That's simple.
That
That's
would be
that's
easy.
a
But
no-brainer.
we have to. The problem is we have to find attractive men with like built six packs to come bring us.
Yeah, you
drinks.
won't find that in this room.
That's that's a
You
nothing
have to
burger
find
show. That's like Real Housewives. I mean, it's like you could do anything with women, but if a guy has women jumping on a trampoline and bring me my beer winch, I mean, you could never do something like that anymore.
girls.
It's over.
I mean, and it's interesting because as soon as I brought up Trudeau, you had other people getting in here talking about Governor Wortham from Virginia. The governor of Virginia
Yeah.
has not been canceled. He is a Democratic governor. He has not been canceled. This is why I always say there's a double standard in national media of reporting issues. Everybody, if you're going to report something, report everybody. You just can't select individuals. Ted Danson from Cheers, he did it. He wasn't canceled.
He did that to be his girlfriend though at the time, right? He was dating Whoopi, right?
I don't
And so
remember when
I think
he did
I
it.
think he did it to like
But he did it.
be her or something.
There was I don't want to go down this path because I know Angela will get bored and she'll
No,
look
no,
at me.
go
You
down
stop,
the
Eric.
path.
You
Go
got to
down the
stop
path.
saying Eric.
She's
you
got
gotta
things to
stop
throw
saying
now.
that.
Look she's got things. She got buzzards over there and
Eric, just go
Wizzy
with what
things.
We all
and-
have buzzers. I promise.
I don't have a buzzard.
To probably not throw anything at
Yeah.
you.
She puts her hand in her head and she's like, "Oh, what are we talking about here?" She's like my thermometer.
What? What were you gonna say?
I don't know. It was just going to be
Well, when you come back up with it, just
politically
let us know.
incorrect.
Drew Collins is still all hurt that he was 100% wrong about Joe Rogan. Now he's trying to say that Joe Rogan lost $2 billion.
No,
for
he didn't. He
Spotify.
won $200 million. What's wrong with you?
Drew, I like you, buddy, but you still, if there's anybody who can't take being wrong more than
Yes.
anybody, it's you.
It's you,
Man,
and,
I'm
and
sorry.
Vic Faust and
Yeah.
Drew. You don't want those two being wrong.
No,
You don't want that.
Drew is like way over the top. Oh my God.
Drew Collins always goes, "Just ask John Parker. He'll tell you I'm right."
Anyway, Joe Rogan did not lose $2 billion for Joe Rogan. I mean, for Spotify. Oh my God. I don't even know where that came from. Anyway, the national scene news, the headlines, we were talking about Russia, Ukraine. We'll see where that goes. COVID cases, hospitalizations way down. I've got a feeling, and I thought we may not even hear about it by March or April. Midterms would be following shortly after. You have to have enough time.
Yeah.
So, because no politician wants to be involved with COVID restrictions anymore. Most schools have released the masking updates. Most have. Not everyone, but most schools are now mask optional.
Yeah.
Which is good. Many businesses and companies that had masking updates, even in St. Louis County, have now taken those off and made them mask optional. And we had somebody say today, thank God, even my kid's school, Pattonville High School, is now mask optional.
Yay. Good job, Pattonville.
You got to find out if the Blues are mask optional in
They're
St.
the
Louis City.
so they're always going to be mask strict.
Wait a minute. So St. Louis has masks?
St. Louis City has a mask.
No, they
yeah.
don't.
Well, did you see how the people in Soulard yesterday? There was
Wait a minute.
Soulard was absolute. I wasn't there, but my friends went. Absolutely insanely packed in Soulard yesterday.
Was that
the
was,
streets were? I'll show you a picture.
No,
the
it
streets
wasn't
were
the parade.
packed.
It was the puppy. It was the puppy stuff.
It was the pre.
Just for that?
Yes.
The puppy stuff and Taste of Soulard was
Eric.
or this
Eric,
weekend.
it looked like a regular Soulard, and here's why: the weather.
It was
Yes.
beautiful.
and coming out of COVID stuff.
And then next
guess what?
Saturday is that Bonnie Gras next Saturday?
Yes. Ooh, that's when the big Diesel Shack will be here under the tent.
I know. I'm thinking about going.
Have a blast.
It'd be fun,
Yeah,
right?
Fun. It's a life thing, you know.
So they've got. There was zero mask in St. Louis City. Zero.
But according to Angela,
because last
then
time
it
I
is.
checked, Soulard is in St. Louis City.
But the rules are, you know how the rules are.
So I don't
What
know.
are the rules? No, I
There
don't know
are
how
no
the rules.
The
What are the
rules
rules
are,
exactly?
There are no rules, and
The
here's
rules
why.
are there are only rules if somebody tells you to put your mask back on. But like when I went to the Blues game in January, so very much still a mask mandate, and I had my mask like hanging off my ear and like security
In the seat?
No, like when I was walking around the concourse, and the security guard was like, "You better just put that in your pocket. You're going to lose it." He didn't say put it on. He said, "You better put that in your pocket, or you're going to lose it." And I was like, "Oh, you're right." So I put it in my pocket.
You know, this weekend I'm playing Friday for Tashara at the Mayor's Ball.
Are you playing at the Mayor's Ball?
Yeah.
What are you?
And I'm going to go talk to her. I'm going to go have a talk to her.
Where are you playing?
I don't know. It's down at Union Station somewhere.
No, Union Station's hosting it this year. They're not doing it at City Hall.
Oh, they're not doing it at City Hall
So
because
I'll
they
be-
keep cleaning City Hall. They keep having COVID cleaners come in like once every 2
This
weeks.
is the
or
first
something.
year we did a story on it Friday where it's in the back part of Union Station, so it's a nice area to do it in. It takes
you
away.
you wouldn't want PRL at City Hall. That's for damn sure. You move that over to Union
They
Station.
still have the girls that do the things.
I have no idea.
Yes,
but I am going to have a
they'll
talk with Tashara.
They'll have everything. Mac Bradley does a terrific job of putting it together.
Yes.
They'll have everything that they normally do.
I will get that mask mandate destroyed. Me and
I would
Tashara.
love. Can you when you
No, you won't.
converse with her? Will you?
As a matter of fact, I'm going to have such a great talk with her. We were going to fix some problems. Trust me. When I come back on Monday, we are going to have
I'm sorry.
some.
Are you going to be doing this in the get up that you wear as a member of Platinum Rock Legends?
It doesn't matter.
Because I don't think she's going to take you seriously. if
I
you
know.
walk up to
She'll
her
swoon in front of me.
with the hair and the.
No,
it was.
I'm sorry.
I mean, I went to your show on Saturday and it was great. So
They may lift. They may lift.
before,
Yeah.
you think they're going to do it for the ball? Because that would look really.
Oh, Vic, bring the high heat.
No, I mean for this. Because nobody is going to be following any masking updates this weekend in Soulard. Zero.
So Tashara
Nada.
is Tashara going to have her ball with all the masks on?
I don't know. Who knows? I don't know.
How does that work?
I just can't
Well,
believe.
you just get a mask that matches your dress or your tie or whatever it is.
You can't have Tashara can't walk into a public event like that without
Sure
a
she
mask
can.
on.
Well, no, I mean, yeah.
She will get.
But I bet you, like, if she's
hazed.
wearing a red dress, she'll have like a red mask, and it'll be all like super cute and coordinated, like those famous people were doing for a while.
because it became an accessory.
Yeah.
And you wanted to accessorize your bedazzled
I'm
mask
sorry I
to
brought
match
this up.
your dress.
I'm sorry I brought
and
this up.
everything else that goes along with it. Jeff Nichols had a little update for Drew. He's like, you were talking about the market value that Spotify lost when Neil Young pulled his music, but buddy, they've already regained all of that value back.
And then some.
And then some.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's just, Soulard was packed. I mean, absolutely packed. No mask yesterday. People out in the streets. It looked good, but the weather was so great yesterday that people wanted to get out. And I think that's where all the situations.
Because people are done with it.
We got to take a quick break. We come back. We'll get into this. We'll continue to take your calls, your questions. Angela would love a call. 636-695-2915. 636-695-2915. Drew, yes, if you look at the Facebook line, you DM'd me, but Spotify has not lost anything because of Joe Rogan. If Joe Rogan would have lost, nobody would know about Spotify anymore. Anyway.
Point, yeah.
So there you are. We'll take a quick break. We'll get back right after this. Eric Johnson, Chris Knight, Angela Sharp, I'm Vic Faust of Fox 2. Happy President's Day. Back with more right after this.
The Edge Morning Show is coming right back.
Saving at the Home Depot means you can do more for less. Like making dishwashing easier with this KitchenAid dishwasher, complete with third-level rack and a Pro Wash cycle that adapts to each load. Enjoy savings on top-rated appliances online, in-store, or on the Home Depot app. The Home Depot. How doers get more done. U.S. only while supplies last. Valid February 10th through March 2nd, 2022. Free delivery applies to orders of $396 or more.
Spectrum Glass is known for their quality work on windshields, but they do so much more. Spectrum Glass also specializes in residential, commercial, and automotive window tinting. Reduce the heat, reduce the fading, and increase your comfort with professional window tinting from Spectrum Glass. Serving St. Charles and surrounding counties since 1995, Spectrum Glass is still your premier company for windshield replacement. And with free mobile service, they come to you. 636-294-1800 on Facebook and SpectrumGlassOnline.com.
If you want the best, don't settle for the rest. Come to F&S. F&S Collision Repair provides the best customer service, quality of work, paint color match, and paintless dent repair. They do it all. No job too big or too small. Just what your car or truck ordered. F&S Collision. Call today to schedule your appointment and get that car repaired. F&S Collision Repair.
Who plans for a stroke? We do.
At Barnes Jewish St. Peter's Hospital, we're educating the community and developing new ways to reduce the impact of strokes. In partnership with Washington University physicians, we're the only ones in St. Charles County using thrombectomy, an interventional procedure to treat strokes that's fast, safe, and gets patients back to their lives. When it comes to stroke care, we're your best medicine, close to home. To learn more about symptoms and treatments for stroke, visit bjsph.org/stroke.
Hi, it's Julie again with Ben's Moving and Storage in Wentzville, Missouri, located at the intersection of Wilmer Road and Interstate Drive. We offer on-site security and 24/7 access. We are proud to have served as your one-stop shop for all your moving and storage needs since 1984. Right now, we are offering $25 off moving or a free month storage for new customers. For more information, visit us at bensmovingandstorage.com, and don't forget to follow us on Facebook for future storage sales. Ben's Moving and Storage in Wentzville.
Millions of people use Zoom Phone, the innovative and feature-rich cloud phone system for businesses of any size. Zoom Phone is simple to use, whether you're on a mobile device, desktop, laptop, or desk phone. And because every call is important to your business, Zoom Phone was built with reliability in mind, using geographic redundancy to keep your communications online. Empower your workforce with Zoom Phone. Visit zoom.com/phone system. Zoom. How the world connects.
You could save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, but when we just come out and say it, it feels like it falls a bit flat. So we're going to tap into human emotion. First with some music. Then in a serious tone, I'll say, save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. And even though it was about saving money with Progressive, we'll fade out the music so you know it was poignant. Wow, powerful stuff. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discount not available in all states or situations.
This is a metaphor for your business's journey. Sometimes it feels like you're going 100 miles an hour, barely keeping up. But to cruise through challenges, you need someone who's right there with you. That's what Dell Technologies advisors do. They have the Windows PCs and tech advice you need to get past whatever's in front of you and get where you want to go. Call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL. A start to a simpler experience with Windows 11 Pro.
Here comes more of the Edge Morning Show.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. You're listening to The Edge. Eric Johnson, Chris Knight, the Angela Sharp. I'm Vic Faust of Fox 2. It is 9:33 as we give you a look on the Facebook Live of a beautiful shot of downtown St. Louis from the east side. If you're not watching the Facebook page, you can just trust us that it looks beautiful. That shot courtesy of EarthCam. It is interesting as liberal cities all across the country are rolling back COVID vaccine mandates for businesses now as well. That's how far we have switched.
Okay, so that's interesting. I didn't know that.
And gone the other way. Several cities where that is happening right now. And it just kind of shows you where things are. But in the midst of me saying that, Rob just says from the Facebook line, I'm a St. Charles resident. I was at Walmart in Manchester off 141. And everybody was wearing a mask. I thought I was in a different world.
Yep.
I was at a Quick Trip in St. Charles yesterday, and two younger girls, they looked to be in high school.
Right.
They looked really young. And they had their mask on, and that's great. But they were standing like 10 feet back from the counter. It was so awkward that I went, because I was coming up behind them. I'm like, are you guys in line? Are you waiting? Like, oh, no, we're in line. So then I came up kind of behind them, but they were so far back, it was at the door. And then
Right, because there's not a whole lot of
so
space.
I
in a
came
quick
up.
trip.
So I was like, oh my God. I mean, how? So I came probably 4 or 5 feet from them, and then they scooted over to the left more. And I was like, oh, these poor girls. I feel bad that the fear, because some people.
It's the fear.
The
Yeah,
fear. And their
the fear
mask
and-
covered almost their entire face.
I'm so sorry.
They moved like in unison. Like,
It seems abusive to me.
I was like, oh no, poor girls.
It's like all the people that I saw walking home. So my parents live in Webster, and I was over there that way, and I saw a whole bunch of kids walking home from high school, and there's a couple people that are walking all by themselves, no friend or anything with the mask on, and I was like, well, that's interesting because it was a nice day, but your mom or dad probably said you can walk home, but you have to wear your mask. I'm guessing.
Oh my God.
And then you did.
I'm still seeing people in their cars by themselves
Yeah.
with their masks.
Well, but sometimes it takes a while for
Unbelievable.
messaging to get out. Rob from the Facebook line, and I saw a guy last week with a mask on. It was half on. It was literally. It wasn't covering his nose. This was on 364 heading east, going over the bridge into Maryland Heights. He had a mask over his face, but not his nose. Driving in the car, and he was an elderly man, so maybe he forgot about it. But Rob says it puzzles me because the CDC has posted that masks do not work.
No, they
on
don't.
the last variant. The CDC is actually, yet we still have masking in certain places around this country, as if
And I'm okay if you do it for your own safety and
if
well-being.
you think it works
Yeah,
for
like
you,
you do what you need
and
to do.
it makes you feel comfortable.
But don't
yeah.
you always want to say, "Oh, bless their heart"? I always
No,
want.
I don't.
Oh, bless their
I say
heart.
you do whatever you need to do to feel safe, and that goes for everything. Like if you need to
Really? Okay.
keep your mace in your hand to make you happy, whatever makes you happy.
Your
I don't
mace
care
in
who
your
wears a
hand?
mask or who don't wear a mask. I just don't want to be told to wear a mask.
There you go. Bring the high heat, man.
Yes, I get it.
Bring the high heat. However, at some point, Tashara could say, "We're done with the mask. You don't have to wear a mask anymore." And there will
She
be
might do that.
And there will be people that have been brainwashed for the last 24 months in St. Louis that say, "I'm not taking this damn thing off. Are you kidding me? I'm afraid."
Or they may not consider it brainwashed. They may have become
I am a big
comfortable.
believer that the human brain is programmable. And if
Sure,
you,
of course it is.
And if you
It's been
tell
proven.
if you tell your subjects, because you are the all-knowing whoever, and you if you don't keep your mask on, you are in jeopardy of becoming ill with COVID, and then on top of that, dying of COVID. You will keep your mask on. It's a brainwashing. It's horrible.
Some of the mask wearing that I do is kind of just because I don't want to talk to people.
There's people like that.
I mean, you put that mask on
Sure.
and some sunglasses, you don't know who I am.
Yeah, you're right. That's sad. That's sad.
I mean, I'll go to like our neighborhood Walgreens, and my mom has befriended every Walgreens employee
You really
over
are
the history.
You have social anxieties, don't you?
I don't. I'm sorry. I hope the Walgreens lady isn't listening, but like,
And she is.
she probably is. But like, she tells me about her kids and stuff, and like, I don't know you well enough to give it about your kids, lady. I don't know at Walgreens.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. Y'all wanted to hear my personality. Here's my personality, please. Like, if I know you and I know your children, definitely tell me about them. However, lady who checks me out every once a month at Walgreens, I do not care.
That's your scratch offs thing.
Yes,
Yes,
that's my
I get
thing.
it. I get it,
Okay.
dude. You know what you're in Quick Trip or Walgreens for. Get me in, get me out. I don't need to know about your damn turkey dinner.
I'm not battling Angela anymore.
Well, there's nothing to battle with her. She's
No,
the best barometer.
I am.
She's the
no,
best
no,
barometer on the planet.
No,
I'm a really nice person, I swear.
I know. I'm exiting stage left. I get it, though. I get it. I know a certain anchor, not me, who doesn't wear makeup, wears a hat down really, really low so that nobody knows who
So
that
okay,
person
that's a
is.
different world because you are probably getting approached by all sorts of crazy people.
Oh, hell.
Because
Well, not
of
crazy
your,
people.
All right,
You get approached.
You get approached by people who feel like they
Some
know
crazy.
you because they watch you on the news every night. So
Some.
they feel like you guys are friends. They see your face.
Yeah.
Your face is out
Yeah.
there in the world, and they're like, Vic, let me tell you about my health issues.
And,
Here we
and
go.
I
you
feel
polite-
guilty.
And you politely
Yes,
listen,
I
but
do.
really
I feel
secretly in
guilty
your
if
head,
I
you're
don't.
like,
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Yes,
But aren't you trying to
sometimes
like
you're
hurry
right.
the conversation
You
up
got it
though, Vic?
pegged.
Right.
If somebody comes and tells you and they're telling you this big long story, aren't you kind of trying to hurry up and trying to find a
Sometimes,
way
yes.
out?
Yes.
But
Well,
you know
yeah.
he's too polite because he has to be. That's part of the gig. He's got to be nice to the people who approach him on the street corner.
Mhm.
So when I say you wear your sunglasses and your mask, Vic is thinking that's not a bad idea, probably.
at times.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get it. Absolutely, I do. So, I don't know what's going to happen with the full masking situation, but I just have a feeling it's going to end in enough time before midterms because this is so
It's
red.
over.
It's
You
red and
cannot
blue.
have Tashara and the Democrats defending their positions on masks. This has to be over soon. It has to be. Drew, I'm talking to you. Masking is going to be over soon, and they're going to come out with a thing. And here's what is going to happen. Sam Page is going to go, we defeated this. I'm telling you right now, watch.
Clarify a little bit.
Well, yeah.
When you
Sam
say
Page
masking is over. Are you
Okay,
saying,
watch this. Please put this on the board. Sam Page is going to have a press conference and saying, congratulations, St. Louis County. We did it. You guys have been amazing. We are not mandating any mask anymore, and we recommend that you take them off.
He's not going to
COVID
say.
is yes, he is.
No, he's not. He's not.
Yes,
Gonna
he
say,
is.
He's not going to say he recommends taking them off. I don't,
If you
no,
feel-
he's going to say it's optional. If he
That's
says
right.
anything,
Yes,
he'll
he
say
says
it's
anything.
optional.
If you feel that you need to have a mask on, please do so. But it is not mandatory anymore. I'm Sam Page. Let's go win an election
But
because the midterms are coming
Sam
up.
Page already said that probably by the end of the month, they might be a different recommendation.
Fauci's
on
already
masks.
come
What
out
do you
and said that.
How about that? You think COVID's gone? It's not. It's just that the elections are coming up, Angela.
The midterms.
He said
That's-
he actually tweeted that our numbers look promising in St. Louis County, and our public health experts think that we might be able to move from mask requirement to mask recommendation. So that's not even optional.
But the
That's
problem is there really hasn't
little
been a
more stronger.
requirement because there's no requirement or mandate without some sort of mechanism to enforce said requirement, which is why it's just been a recommendation from the get-go.
even when this started,
When you really
the
take
mask,
time to break it down, you see it.
people don't. People would wear them or not wear them when it started. When all of this started.
Yeah.
I never-
Eric from Drew Collins, he is.
No, Drew's
Drew,
back.
I can't believe you're all about the show, Drew, and that's awesome. Eric, you don't even live or come to the city, so why are you so concerned?
I come to the city all the time.
He's coming
in my
to the
mind.
city this weekend.
That's right. In my mind, I'm always down there.
James says Sam's an idiot like Drew Collins.
Oh my!
COVID became political
Drew
from
said,
Donna.
"You mad?"
I'm more worried about getting carjacked than COVID. Why don't you guys go fix that problem? Then I'll come down to the city.
Right now, it is more of an issue.
There's a new thing going on.
Just from the news stories.
There's a new thing going on. It's a person walking in the middle of the street looking like they're incapacitated, and you're supposed to get out of your car and help them, and then someone comes along and takes your car.
That one's been around for a while.
I gotta
Really?
tell, no, I still have to tell my mama that when we were little, my mom used to pick up random people on the side of the road because they looked like elderly and needed help and drive them home. And like
Yes.
hindsight being 2020, we probably all could have been murdered, but whatever.
Wow.
You
So
know?
you're driving along, coming out of patios after a game, and someone's in the middle of the street, and you're like trying to help them out, and you're like, "Don't do it! Run their ass over," because someone's coming to carjack you.
As a single female, I probably would never stop anyway because I'm just scared in general. However, that is sad.
You're antisocial. That's why you wouldn't
Well,
stop.
well, that too.
don't
This
wanna talk to
person might
anybody.
tell me about their life problems.
can't
and
do
I
that.
don't care.
Are you kidding me? Hell no, I'm not doing that. Another update that just came out this morning. Go figure, inflation has now hit the Pentagon of all places. President Biden now asking for more money for defense because of inflation. The
Yeah.
defense budget needs to increase.
I tell you
Which-
what, yeah.
Because of inflation.
Yeah. Any money that the Pentagon needs, give it to them, but take it away from the White House.
That's
budget.
not going to happen. It would be more created money.
I'm
That's-
just saying, every penny that the Pentagon needs, you need another aircraft carrier, fantastic, go build it, but take it away from some other program in the United States.
Yeah, it sounds great in theory, but will not.
As a matter of
be
fact, let's double up the money for the potholes around St. Louis, because I'll tell you what, man, if you have a lowrider car with not good suspension, you are going into the ditch. It is so bad out there, the potholes.
There's one I
Yeah.
hit
Woo!
on 70 on the way home
they're-
every day.
Man.
Every day on the way home, I hit it, and I know where it is now. And I still, for whatever reason, I ride in that lane, and I hit the same pothole
No,
on
I
70
get it. That's
on the
fine.
way
Man,
home.
shut
up.
You might as well be off-roading in St. Louis, St. Charles.
We don't know
It
how
is
to
so
handle
bad.
that in St. Louis. We don't. MoDOT does not have experience with because we don't get that much snow.
Yeah.
And that's when the potholes happen. The freezing.
It almost makes it fun to drive out there.
Really?
It's like trying to avoid all. It's like playing asteroids.
No. When I had my BMW like yours and I had real thin tires.
Oh, it sucked when you hit it.
Yeah. That's why I had a tire warranty.
Yeah.
And I used it like 5 or 6 times because literally you hit a pothole with thin tires. Boom.
Yeah.
They go and they go
Well,
fast.
I'll tell you a story. On my way back from last week's PRL show, I blew a tire out on 70. I sure did. And it was because of these potholes. The tread came off.
It happens. Eric, what do you think about this? And I say Eric because Eric's always talking about vigilante justice.
No, I'm not.
I know
am
you
not
don't.
talking about vigilante
That
anything.
was a joke.
I will hang out with Angela and her mace before I do anything else.
Okay, police say a man choked and killed a 34-year-old woman last night who broke into his South St. Louis home. Investigators said the woman broke into the house at about 6:30 p.m. Sunday. This was last night at Dunnicott and Gustine Avenues. The man then put the woman in a chokehold, which killed her. Police arrested him and are investigating the death as a homicide. They're investigating. He has been charged, but she broke into his home and he had her in a chokehold. I can never remember hearing a story.
Castle Doctrine. It's over.
Where a man kills a female intruder via chokehold.
What you talking about, Willis? Female intruder is a male intruder if they have a gun. You see what I'm saying? If they had a weapon on them and you don't know if they have a weapon
It's
on
just
them or
a
not.
bizarre story.
If you saw Angela creeping around your house at
No,
2 in
please.
the
If I
morning.
break into your house, please shoot me. Like I should not be breaking into people's homes.
And it was at 6:30.
Next topic.
So we don't. Those are the only details.
I mean, you don't know. Maybe she was drunk and went to the wrong house. I mean, there's so many things that could have happened. But like, I don't care if somebody breaks into your house. That's not cool.
You do have that nanosecond to say, whoa, I didn't know. I thought this was Leo's house. Okay.
If somebody
Get
breaks
the hell out
into
then.
your house
I'm crying.
and you kill them,
It's over. Game over.
why is it being investigated? It's not. See, that's just it. It's not game over, Eric. It's being investigated as a homicide.
Well, don't they always have to do that to make sure? Like they did that once in Webster. A guy broke in and he shot him. And they did like an investigation to make sure they didn't already know this guy, and it wasn't like some sort of weird setup, and it wasn't like a
you definitely have to
ex-girlfriend
investigate
boyfriend
it before you
thing.
just say
Yeah, it's
no
going
comment.
to. It'll be a story tonight on Fox 2 News at 5. We'll see where this goes in the investigation. It seems to me like that should be a fairly quick
Yes.
investigation
Yes.
from the information.
Why don't you do this on Fox 2 now?
That was given.
Report the story, what you guys do. Fantastic. Here's what you guys don't do. Let's go to the law. Okay, the law says if said person is in your house, broken into, and you don't know who they are, there's this thing called the Castle Doctrine that says you can actually take their life and protect yourself. I believe that.
And just
I
like
believe
that, the
that's
story
true.
just disappeared from our website.
Did it?
I'm looking down for it right now.
It's important that you're able to protect your family still,
Maybe they have an
regardless of what the political correct landscape is.
No, we got
it is dead important that you're able to protect your family, in my opinion.
No, I agree, 100%.
That has to keep that has to stay the course,
Male or female.
Amen. That is a non-story if it's a female or a male. Does not matter
Because
you don't
we
know
have
what
had
weapon
stories,
they have.
2 years ago, I remember there was a 16-year-old burglar who came in and got shot and was killed.
Yeah, right.
Despite his age. You
Yeah.
know, you're going into a home, stealing. Homeowner doesn't know, may or may not see. You come through a window, you come through a door, boom.
Right.
Talk
It's
about
over.
game over.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Angela, who's Big Time Rush? I don't know who Big Time Rush is, and you're a resident entertainment person.
I don't know who Big Time Rush is. I would assume it's some sort of band.
Yeah.
Okay.
Apparently, they're coming to St. Louis this summer.
Yay!
To Six Flags.
Exactly.
I don't know what I don't know what kind of music they play.
That's where all those bands go. Six Flags.
Oh my God!
Have you ever seen anybody play at Six Flags?
Yes, Night Ranger.
They're pop super group. Oh, I saw Milli Vanilli at Six Flags.
I saw the Ninja Turtles.
What, they perform?
They I guess guys got in costumes and they did the
What?
the turtle song, the Teenage Mutant Ninja
How
Turtle
old
song.
were you?
Oh, little.
That is so funny because I seen the Ninja Turtles.
You did too?
I did.
Did you really?
It is so funny she brought that up. I would have never admitted that.
That's
Angela,
worse.
since you
That's
brought
worse
it up.
than the MTV tour that I saw with
I
Milli
did.
Vanilli.
And it
You
was
and Angela were at the Ninja Turtle
Yes.
show.
We were at the same show.
Yes.
I didn't even know they had a show.
They all
Why
dressed up
wouldn't
in
they?
their costumes.
Yes, and then they
I could
danced.
totally
the
see
stage
you
and
being.
stuff. Yeah.
They danced and they sang the Ninja
And then
Turtle
they-
song.
Yes, they did. And that was a popular song
How
back
old?
then.
How old were you?
10,
Okay.
11, 9, somewhere in there. I was young.
That's the funniest thing I've ever heard. Did you and Angela hang out after the show?
We
No.
can't tell our secrets, Eric.
At the meet
We've
and
really
greet?
known each other this whole time.
That's right.
At the meet and greet.
At the Ninja Turtle concert.
Were you wearing your headband? Didn't they wear their little ninja,
Ninja,
headband
go.
where they tie it?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. By the way, no. Big Time Rush apparently was a super band 8 years ago, and they're going to be at Hollywood Casino.
They have a lot of hair, so they're for the
Sunday.
teenage girls, I think.
Okay.
Their quote is, "This will mark a new era of Big Time Rush coming to you."
I didn't know there was a first era.
Exactly. The second
We have
installment.
time to get on the second wavelength.
I
of
mean,
the Big Time
when
Rush.
is Gangnam Style coming? Because I got to see some Gangnam Style.
That was more recent.
Whatever. I need some Gangnam. I need a new era of Gangnam Style.
Mark says, I saw Mac Davis at Six Flags when he was at the top of his career. Mac Davis? Really?
I saw Night Ranger.
Well, Garth played there back in the day.
Why? That was a great venue. Why wouldn't you play at the Old Glory? Have the train going by, have a nice little thing of wine or
Yeah, they're tearing that
beer.
whole thing down.
That's
That
a
is-
shame, too, because that's a good little
That should be
They-
historic
they're tearing it
landmark.
down.
That's a historic landmark as far as I'm concerned.
They're also changing the way you enter into the Screaming Eagle. I noticed that when I was there. Over
As long as they don't get rid of the old wooden
Yeah,
roller coaster.
yeah,
That's all I
exactly.
care
But you know,
about.
remember how that
I like
line
that
was really
roller
long because that coaster used to be the coaster, and
It was
now it's
amazing.
not.
Chris, the last
still
time I went
amazing.
through that wooden roller coaster,
Yeah.
I felt like I just played a football game.
I was I love that's still my favorite
Oh,
coaster.
my back. I was like, oh. That was like 2 years ago, 2 summers, right
That's
before
back
COVID.
when they didn't make the cars were not so comfortable. Remember the seating? It was kind of like riding the mine train, but only faster and more dangerous.
Well, the whole point is that it's
Yeah.
bumpy, and you're like, oh, I don't
Yeah.
know what I'm doing.
have you
Yeah,
been
that's
on
fun.
the Beast?
The Boss?
The Boss, I mean?
Yeah. I've been on the Boss.
Beast.
Been on the
Beast
Boss.
Now we could talk Six Flags. We could do a whole show. on
We
Six
should do a
Flags.
show from Six Flags.
Oh,
Chris?
oh, I saw this. I saw Cheap Trick at
Six
At Old
Flags?
Glory?
Six Flags too.
Yeah.
I did. Somebody said they
Yeah.
saw Cheap Trick. I was like, oh yeah, I remember seeing Cheap Trick.
It was just such a better time back then. The smell of
Oh my
Six
God, here we
Flags. Anyway,
We're gonna take a
you're
trip
right.
to the
Yeah,
80s.
you know
some
what?
Six Flags.
I agree with you, Vic. I'm not going there.
Don't let's not go there.
I had such a better life than you guys did. It was seriously. I did.
Isn't that
I did.
You're every generation. Doesn't every generation say
You
their
guys,
generation's the
I would
best
say no to that.
generation?
I would say no to that. But when you I can't even talk about it because you'll go, well, I don't even know what you're talking about. What we used to do back in the
No,
day.
just because Angela doesn't agree doesn't mean you don't say it. Eric, we got to take a break. This is probably a good.
I don't want to
to
say the
process
millennials had it boring, but you guys had it boring. I'm sorry. We had some seriously sick times.
Eric Johnson, Chris Knight, the millennial Angela Sharp.
I can't take it. It's. I feel so sorry for you.
You are millennial. You're like smack dab right in the middle of
right in
millennial.
the middle, yeah. You are too, right? No.
No, I wish. Sure, I'm a millennial.
Okay, you're gonna be one.
Yeah,
I'm going to take you guys
and I'm
out.
Vic Faust.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe some of my stories. You wouldn't. You'd be like, you're lying.
We'll be back right after this on the
old
edge.
days. The old days.
Turtles! Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles! Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles! Heroes in a half shell! Turtle power! They're the world's most fearsome fighting team! We're really hip! They're heroes in the half shell! And they're green! Hey, get a grip! When the evil shredder attacks, these turtle boys don't cut them no slack! Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles! Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles! Splinter taught them to be ninja teens! He's a radical
The Edge Morning Show.
Hey, it's Shanny from the Legendary Lunch, and if you're hiring somebody to come in and do a project for you or your business, you need to trust them. And trust is built
Well, that's what Concrete Bob and everybody over at Concrete Masters does every day. They build trust, and they do it with quality work. And it shows in their porches and patios, the driveways and walkways they pour, the garages. Whether it's commercial or residential, Concrete Masters does it all. For new projects to tear out and replacement, if it's flat, Concrete Masters makes it great. So if you've got an upcoming concrete project and you don't call Concrete Masters, well, it's your own asphalt. Call them today, Concrete Masters, 314-486-0926. Tell them you want to speak to Concrete Bob and plan your next project today. 314-486-0926. It's Concrete Masters.
Journey in concert. Freedom Tour 2022. March 21st at Enterprise Center. Journey with very special guest, Toto. Tickets on sale now at JourneyMusic.com. Don't miss Journey Live. Produced by AEG Presents.
Ugga Mugga.
The beloved musical is coming back to St. Louis. It's Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood Live, Sunday, March 6th at Steeple Theater. Get ready for a terrific adventure as Daniel Tiger and his friends celebrate Neighbor Day with original songs, dances, and more. Don't miss Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood Live, Sunday, March 6th at Steeple Theater. Tickets at Ticketmaster.com.
Hi, this is Curtis Parks. I'm the owner of Complete Auto Body and Repair. Now that things are back up and the vaccines are out, we are ready to get back to work. The kids are home, and I'm sure you're ready to go back to work too. We are hiring all positions. We are looking for everyone and anyone that wants to make life better for themselves, and we want you now. CompleteAB.com is where you apply. CompleteAB.com. Join the complete experience. No more sitting at home. Let's get back to work. If it's not perfect, it's not complete. Others can't compete with Complete Auto Body.
Dad, and service.
Oh yeah, and service.
He fixes cars.
Hi, this is Conrad Bellman at Bellman's Carnection in St. Peters. Carnection means selection. We have over 150 cars, trucks, SUVs, crossovers, and vans. All these vehicles are at our top quality dealership, along with our state-of-the-art service department that's open to the public. Easy to get to, right at the corner of I-70 and 370 in beautiful St. Peters. Carnection always means selection. Open 24/7 online at carnection.com.
Hi, this is Dr. Erin Huey with Tomasino Gerst Vision Source. We provide a ton of specialty care: glaucoma, diabetic eye care, dry eye evaluations, now myopia management. Typically, we see patients that need vision correction for a variety of hobbies, for work, most often glasses and contacts. Come and see us at Tomasino Gerst Vision Source, dryoureyes.com, 272-1444, dryoureyes.com.
Welcome to MegaNet. For slow internet, press 1. For indifferent customer service, press 2. For confusing pricing, press 3. For extremely long wait times, stay on the line. We're 87th in line, 85th in line, 87th in line, 85th in line, 85th in line.
Where there was frustration, now there's satisfaction.
Hello, this is Helen at Gateway Fiber. How may I help you?
Isn't it time you refreshed your internet provider? For more information, visit gatewayfiber.com.
Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider and are only available if the provider determines a prescription is appropriate. Subscription required. See website for full details and important safety information.
Hey guys, good news. The expensive little blue pill is now generic, which means the prescription medication to treat ED is super affordable at 4hims.com. And now get your first online doctor's visit free at 4hims.com. That's right. Zero copay, no awkward face-to-face conversations to get your prescription. That's really good news. To start your free online visit, go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/joy. That's FORHIMS.com/joy.
Now, back to the Edge Morning Show.
Hey guys, thanks for joining us today on The Edge. We got to get out of here. Not a bad way for President's Day to kick things off. Eric Johnson, Chris Knight, the Angela Sharp. I'm Big Faust of Fox 2. Have a great day. Enjoy the sunshine. Get outside.
What color tie are you going to wear today?
I'm going to wear red tonight. Or a red Tigers.
Red.
Actually, it's a reddish orange. So watch tonight and tell me, guys.
Oh,
if
is
you
it
think
red
it's
or
red.
orange?
This is the question. I call it red. Others call it orange.
Ooh, I
So
can't wait to
tonight-
find out. All right.
So you guys, so you
I
guys.
hope it's orange.
Yeah, your whole day you're gonna be sitting around to wait to watch Fox 2. You're gonna be so excited.
I'm going to say it's orange because I think of red as like what she's wearing. That is reddish. It's pinkish. But when you put orange
Red
in
Solo Cup.
it, there you go. That's red. If you put a little bit of orange in that, I would call it orange.
Did you know that Red Solo Cups are actually measuring cups?
Yes. Yes, we did.
What?
You never heard that?
No.
The first Red Solo Cup was for measuring.
Measuring what?
Ounces. Like a full Red Solo Cup, it has lines, and the lines inside the Red Solo Cup measure a measure of ounce.
What?
True. You didn't know that?
I did not know
And a
that.
full Red Solo Cup is 16 ounces.
I thought they were just for ping pong balls to fall into.
Yeah. No, now you know. You're going to drink this many ounces or that many ounces.
Okay.
Red Solo Cup. There
Yeah.
you go.
I don't do
we
the
have
little
all
one.
kinds of information here. Have an
I got
awesome
that
day,
song in my
guys.
head, thanks.
I've got Toto's
Oh,
Rosanna.
I got the red solo.
We'll talk
Cup
about
song in
that
my head.
tomorrow.
We gotta
We're
get
gonna
out of
have
here.
tickets to give
I've
away.
got New York, New York in my head for some reason. Frank Sinatra.
Have a great day. We'll do it again tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock.